That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules, and what I say goes. This is not a place for you to stand on your soapbox and complain about censorship and freedom of speech. Because the bottom line is you don't have freedom of speech. This is my land.
Chocolate starfish!
Control is desire. Devour. Hurt. Take. Do what gives you pleasure. And fuck everyone else. Devour. Control is desire. Hurt. Take. Control. Hurt. Desire. Devour. Just care about money. That I just can't help it. I'm so just enveloped in greed and money. I need money. I need money. Hurt. Take. Do what gives you pleasure and fuck everyone else.
Why am I toxic? Why am I toxic? Why am I toxic? Why am I toxic? What?
Control is desire.
Yo,
Devour. Hurt.
what's up?
Take. Do what gives you pleasure. And fuck everyone else.
What?
Devour. Control is desire. Hurt. Take. Control. Hurt. Take. Devour.
What?
Control is desire. Devour. Hurt. Take. Do what gives you pleasure. And fuck everyone else. Devour.
Fuck, I just realized.
Is desire.
My bad, yo. Hold up 1 second.
Hurt. Take. Control. Hurt. Take. Devour.
I'm not here to tell. I'm not here to get shout outs. It's just me and my gang. AEG. Almighty Head Gang. What up?
Baller alert.
Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't tryna tip right now. And if I'm not being me, I got a sock right now. Yo, you was leaving on site if I turn on the stream right now.
That's dope. That's dope. The shirt looks cool.
Y'all free throw right now. Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't tryna tip right now. And if I'm not being me,
Yeah, I tried to
got a
touch up.
sock right now.
I hope the edges look good. Cause I tried to touch up the edges a little bit before I put it up.
I don't know what y'all cheering about. Matter of fact, as we stream, I'm counting tips right now. If a nigga play with my channel, he can get banned right now. Team no trolls, so you know I got my motherfucking mods right now.
That's why I added the money rolls, you know, to get rid of all that bullshit.
Said they gon' give some silver, said I couldn't go and clock out. You need to get out. They sent me tips on the own, cause you was checking on the accounts, checking all the account while you was with no subs. I was checking on my mouse, just count the egg gang, bitch. You know, we got model, we got clout. I go crazy with the trolling till they learn ban all my niggas. Rolling up on streams to see what they about. What? It's follower only mode, so I had to change my route. I got 17 socks on the couch right now. And 500 bits from ads right now. I got whispers all on my main. How you doing? People know I'm safe, even when I'm not around. Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't tryna tip right now. And if I'm not being me, I got a sock right now. Yo, if you was leaving on site, I turn on the stream right now. Me and Ed Gang, we ballin'. Y'all free throw right now.
There's a sick motherfucker on the internet called Tevin.
cash on the way. Hold a new JPEG.
What I miss? What channel?
The bottle full of gin.
Archive?
The old familiar drink. Try to sip it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? I have no friends. Everyone I know becomes a troll in the end. I could have it all.
Oh, you're right. You.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little picky, why you?
Alright, how long is this video? This video is... I'm slowly going through. I'm gonna have to rewatch a lot of these old videos and then re-upload. But Phil does karaoke. Happy Friday. When did I... Okay. 6 months ago. Roughly 6 months ago.
What about Black
If
Sabbath?
they can get him to sing,
No, I don't think
sing
Black
a little
Sabbath
more,
sounded like that.
I could make a nice little montage clip.
Oh no, small things, truth care, truth brings. You're now surprised to me, I am my own worst enemy. And every now and then I kick the living shit out of me.
So this was one of the fun Bassmaster streams. I think Phil, this is why people, like, when he starts to sing, everyone in chat starts to try to get him to sing more. 'Cause sometimes they can get him to sing all fucking stream, and then you can make a montage out of it like this. Damn. Snor Burnell, my guy.
Cut my love into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocating, no
up,
breathing.
Sean?
Don't give a fuck if I keep my arm bleeding. Right? Nothing's alright. Nothing is fine. I need to fucking whine. You got the magic lore. All you're gonna cast once, gonna cast twice, then you'll catch all the fish. Come, my lady, come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby, so sexy, sexy, pretty little thing. Something with a diamond ring or something stupid like that. You get so mad at me when I look at other girls.
Lol.
Well, there's nothing I can do. I've been looking for a girl like you, and you can call me a fool, but I only wanna be with you. Papa, don't preach, I'm in trouble. Papa, don't preach, I've been losing sleep.
Yeah, that was the case. That was the case, you know. That is the case. Ooh, damn, that sucks. I hope not, man. I hope not. I hope my boy comes back. I'm sure he will. It's just, I don't know. It takes him a while to like catch on, and even if they do catch on, they never admit anything. They're just like, yeah, no, everything was fine. You're good. You're good. I'm like, no, everything wasn't fine. And they're like, yeah, but it's fine now, right? And I'm like, yeah, but what? But they're like, they're like twisting your fucking arm, you know?
I'm keeping my baby. And I'm feeling like a freak on a leash.
That's not how it goes.
I'm feeling like I got no release. Do you remember the 21st night of September? I dancing to the music. Jenny's got a gun. Everybody is on the run. Crazy, crazy, crazy for you, baby. There's only one thing they're very good for. Eat the rich. Take one bite now, come back for more. Eat the rich.
Keep in mind, yo, this is not even from different places. This is all from the same stream. Every single one of these clips is the same Bassmaster stream. He was literally singing the whole fucking time. It was actually deranged. Like,
And I gotta get this off my chest. Eat the rich. Take one bite now and spit out the rest. More than a feeling. Do 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 do. Happy and dreaming. More than a feeling. I used to see a gray tower alone on a hill.
he sang for 5 minutes straight, dude. 5 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, but I mean, it's like talking in public, you know? It's like you got to talk for 2 minutes in front of the class. It doesn't sound long, but at 2 minutes is a long time, dude.
You remain the light on the dark side of me. Love remains. Oh, look at that fish! Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become white and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. I can't do it anymore. I can't hit those high notes. Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become white and the light that you shine can be seen? There you go. Hold me, thrill me, kiss me, kill me.
I got to reload this game.
Got a machine head, it's better than the rest. Green to red, a machine head. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest. Green to red. And I'll walk for my machine. And I'll walk for my machine. Glycerine, don't let the days go by. Glycerine should have been easier on you. Lit up like the fourth, I'm a happy drunk. Come to mama, big papa, your daddy's drunk. Okay. Dude looks like a lady. Of course, you couldn't sing that anymore. Can you imagine if you sang "Dude looks like a lady" today? You'd be like hung by your balls, strung up. Like, how dare you make fun of someone for looking feminine, right? Can't sing that anymore. Can we get a karaoke stream? No.
What's up, Angel? What's up, Eisenhorn?
Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big.
Yeah, that was Phil singing for 5 minutes straight during a Bassmaster stream. Hold on, let me see if I can log in here.
And
Hey.
real quick, you know, if someone just keeps saying sorry when they do something, they're not really apologizing, right? If apologizing isn't just words, it's I will not.
All right, let me
do
see
this
what I got.
thing
Let me see what I
again
got next.
because I feel bad about it. If you keep doing the thing, it's not actually an apology.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words.
You have no respect. Well, do you value money more than our friendship?
But that's the way of them saying, we want nothing to do with Phil at all moving forward. Let's make up a bunch of shit or twist a bunch of shit to make him sound bad because everyone hates him now anyway on the internet. So let's make him look like the villain so everyone will believe it and we'll just be washing our hands of the whole situation and we never have to deal with him ever again. And you know what? Look what's happened. Literally, no one bugs them anymore. Nothing. It's all, they're completely washed. The hands are clean.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologize.
Oh, you see the skipping and the lag? That's so bad. When it's skipping those animations, when she does a move, there's absolutely no way to react to it at that point. Because it's skipping the animation. You see, that's so fucking annoying. He's gonna keep picking Cammy. I'm gonna pick like low to mid tier as well.
Some Street Fighter 2 salt, I think.
I can't even block. She was right next to me. I went to throw, didn't give me the throw, and then I couldn't block.
He's...
Why can't I throw her? I can't block again. What the fuck, dude? Come on! I'm throwing her. The animation ends early because the connection's bad. I hit her for a lockdown into a cross-up throw. The game says, no, she mashed kick and got a fucking lag throw. Like, come on, man. That's not legit gameplay at any way. In any way. That's terrible gameplay right there. Oh my god. What the fuck? I'm in the middle of a combo! And the game gave her that. What the fuck?
Good morning, good morning.
It seriously won't give me moves.
What's Gucci?
What the what? This guy
Damn.
has literally learned how to abuse his bad connection. He's
Super
getting away
act.
with insane bullshit.
Acting up during this. I think I have to feed my cat early. He's freaking out.
Blocking.
Maybe he'll let me get one try
What
here.
the fuck? Again! Again, it gave him a throw and he doesn't have priority. He's literally throwing me through all of my moves, and that doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. I mean, like I said, this guy has a really bad internet connection, and he's figured out how to abuse the game online to get away with nonsense that does not work in the real game. You can't do that shit in the real game.
What do you mean in the real game? This is the real game, dude. Oh, it's a remaster. Okay, I'm sorry.
What the fuck? I can't.
He just doesn't
see.
know. He just doesn't
The
know how
lag
to
is so
press the
bad,
buttons
you
right,
just
dude.
walk right up and throw, and the game will not give me the input I pushed. It's just so delayed. And it won't let me throw her. Look at that, but she can walk up and throw me. So the connection is atrociously bad. Look, he won't walk to the other side. He won't walk under her and do the cross up. It won't let me do it. Because the lag is so bad, it won't register my walk. So he doesn't walk far enough to get to the other side and do the cross up. Because this guy's internet connection is so bad. That is so terrible, dude. Like, seriously. This guy, look how many points he has. He's ultra platinum because his connection sucks. It's the only reason.
He's ultra platinum because his connection sucks, yo. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that.
That's my throw. I give up. Fucking laggy shit. I'm tired of it. You didn't outplay me. I'm doing combos to you. Mine don't come out. I throw you. Your throw comes out, not mine. Fuck this. No, I'm not rematching you. Fuck this. I'm wasting time playing you. I've already beaten you soundly, and now all of a sudden you're just gonna jump around with your fucking lag connection and abuse it. I'm not gonna waste my time on this shit. Nothing works now. Seriously, nothing works at all. Look, everything she does stuffs, everything I do. None of my attacks stop her at all. Can't block. Yeah. Complete opposite of the last match. For some reason, this match, nothing works, right? I can't zone her.
Yeah, Phil, there is no lag.
Look, none of my attacks come out. 3 times I pressed the normal that would have stuffed her. My normals don't come out. 3 normals in a row, not 1 or 2. 3 normals in a row drop, and you can hear me pressing the buttons. And the netcode says, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." Rollback netcode, piece of shit. It's fucking atrociously bad, man. Rollback netcode is so bad. All right, fuck this.
Okay, here's the thing, Dark and Darker. How about you don't spawn me next to the enemies, okay?
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, okay, this guy's got a full kit, dude. I can't get a goddamn item in this game.
Dude, stop dropping my fucking inputs. Stop dropping my fucking inputs. It just keeps dropping them. I'm right next to her doing combos, and it's dropping every input I do as if I'm pressing nothing. Somehow the command throw didn't work, yet she gets to throw on me. What the fuck? I did my mix-up. I stood there and did nothing. The game says she's on the other side of me when she clearly wasn't. She was clearly on the right-hand side. It shows me walking when I didn't press the joystick, and then she's on the other side and gets a reversal. Dude, the netcode is so bad. The netcode is atrociously bad. Oh my god.
I gotta spectate this to learn what the fuck to do, man. Because I just don't fucking know. I think it's my items, dude. I just have shit items.
The lag is so bad. You can see the animations are skipping half of their frames. That's really bad.
I've had enough of that. I need something else better.
now is an excellent time to become a channel member if you've been holding off. Now would be an excellent time to renew your membership if it's lapsed. And now would obviously be an awesome time to give some memberships to your fellow viewers to help out people on this channel and also help the channel grow. The most members we've ever had is 640. When I created this goal for the month, we were at 5 something. All right, like 540, 550. We were just at 560, but then 2 member bombs from September expired, and we literally have had 0 movement on members since then. All right, I would appreciate if you enjoy the content that I put out on this channel every day for free, if you could become a member. Becoming a member is an excellent way to consistently support this channel and have income for me that's more dependable every single month, okay? You get many benefits for becoming a member. A highlighted name in stream chat and video comments. Access to all my emotes in stream chat and video comments. A cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter in the stream chat and video comments. The ability to bypass the slow mode in the stream chat and talk as much as you like while everyone else is limited. I think it's like 1 chat per few amount of seconds or something like that. Priority access to special events. People who are members right now get to pick a game that's gonna be in that Halloween marathon for sure. Everyone else has to get into that final poll, but members get to pick a game outright. Okay, among many other things. I'm not going to sit here and talk about every membership, benefit. There's tons of them. I would hope you consider becoming a member and supporting this channel. It would help tons. It would be amazing now if we start hitting all these new games, if we can maybe hit new records for memberships on the channel. I think now what's going to happen, you're going to start to see once tomorrow hits, every day, better viewership, every day, more people checking out the new games. It's going to be very exciting. Okay, I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. So, there's that. And then, of course, today is Monday, my day off.
I've come a long way with making these clip videos, dude. Like, I'm just watching this old shit that I made, and I'm just like, why did I do this?
It's Thursday. I would appreciate it if you would like to support the channel. Anything is appreciated. But, of course, tips are great. Why are tips a great way to support the channel? Because I get them right now. And any tips that I raise between now and Thursday go towards my day off. I already have enough money to pay my big utility bill coming up on Thursday. But everything else that I raise this week goes toward my day off on Thursday, including things like me going grocery shopping for the week, having a nice meal out with my wife, which we haven't even talked about what we were doing this week because things have been so hectic and busy.
How many times have you heard this? I mean, we're going back, I mean, not that far, but it's literally the same shit like year after year.
Busy, and money's been so tight, we haven't done anything we wanted to do.
He got
We
out,
wanted to go to
dude.
a pumpkin patch and a farm this month.
Damn, just in time.
We
He stole it.
We wanted to go to the zoo. We didn't do it. You know, what are you going to do? That's life. It's once again the same thing happening every year, kind of. So we don't even know what we're doing this week. But basically, I have 1 day a week where my wife and I don't cook at home and get to have a meal out as like a date. So that's where your funds go when you tip the channel, all right? Anything else is great, and it helps long-term, and it keeps this business running, but tips directly help my 1 day off a week. And I would appreciate it if you tipped, it would help a lot. That's why we have reward tiers in place. First of all, if you tip $8 or more in one go, Magic 8 Ball. Let's ask the 8 Ball a question. Will I finish The Evil Within early enough to do something significant on this stream? Don't count on it. Apparently, I'm going to have some difficulties with the end of The Evil Within according to the Magic 8 Ball. So if you tip $8 or more in one go, you can ask the 8 Ball a question, okay? If we raise $50 in tips, I put on my Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, you get to choose a silly hat for me to wear out of all the selections that we have. We'll have a poll for it. If we get $150 in tips today, which would be stupendous if we do, you get to choose either a vest or a jersey for me to wear today on the stream, which is awesome. Thank you to anyone who contributes in any way. I really do appreciate that. Of course, if you tip, I'm going to give you a shout out and play an appropriate level of animation dependent on the amount that you tip. We have all different animations, including $4.20, $5 level, $6.66, $10 level, $20 level, $30 level, $50 level, and then above those are more generic animations. All the animations I just mentioned are either specific or Halloween themed. But if you go above that, there's a $75, $100, $150, or $200 animation, okay? So, Thank you in advance to anyone who supports in any way today. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's get to game news, shall we? Or I should say industry news.
Yeah, come a long way, dude. Fuck. That was terrible.
Isn't just words.
This is how life is. Life is not like this. Life is like this.
But I'm Darkside Phil. I am not any other content creator or streamer. I'm Darkside Phil. I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
An e-baking scammer.
I'm the guy.
Mark my fucking words. Stupid anime bitch.
I'm the guy.
14 years as an e-beggar and a scammer and WWE champion. Take a look around.
I'm the guy.
Life is tough right now. I guess I'm proud to be a loser. Down there at level 1. Well, you know what? It's not. No, I have not tried a Ghost Pepper Whopper from Burger King. Feline Tech Support says it's a $10 burger. It's pricey for a single patty Whopper. That's insane. Who would pay $10 for a Whopper? You realize they sell Whoppers 2 for $5, right? They regularly sell Whoppers 2 for $5.
You love Burger King, Phil. Turned my gamma up and it didn't help, dude. Fuck. It helped on stream. I guess it helped a little bit.
I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I'm gonna die. See? What was I supposed to do there?
No, I didn't see
walks
that.
up to me with a machine gun and just fires full auto while I'm in the corner. I can't do anything. There's no opportunity to do anything. You need matches, and they don't give you matches in this part. So if you don't go into it with matches, you're fucked. And this is what happened to me in the first run too, where I couldn't kill the enemies because I don't have matches to do it. I'm already you gotta be kidding me. We just started. What was I supposed to do? There was no way to see that. It was just instant death. How the fuck was that my fault? There was nothing I could have done. I couldn't see anything because they were down in the middle. And they throw instant death at me. I hate this. I hated this at the end of the original game. This is shit. This is a cop-out of putting anything interesting at the end of your game. It's insanely annoying. It doesn't take skill to do. It's just crap. They fucked up the end of the game. It's complete idiocy. Who the fuck wants to do this? Yeah, I really want to do this over, right? Fuck this game. This is why the sequel's so much better. The sequel, they did so many better things.
You brought this on yourself.
You brought this on yourself, asshole. Alright, guys, we're heading into the final hour of the game. Alright, it would be great if you're enjoying yourself, if you could support in any way. We are almost at 100 likes. It sure would be great to hit our 100 likes goal for the stream. Outside of that, if anyone wanted to go above and beyond and contribute in any other way, I also would appreciate that. But, you know, that's totally your call. Thank you in advance. It would be great to hit some goals today if we could. I didn't touch it. It was to the left.
Yeah, I'm down, dude.
I didn't touch the wire. What do you want me to do? Stupid.
I mean, dude, I'm still trying to learn the game, dude. I haven't even played for an hour yet, probably. I don't even have an hour yet in the game. So I don't know if you want to play with me yet. I'm literally still trying to learn mechanics.
I'm not touching the fucking wires. Wow, this is dumb. I'm not touching the wire. Fuck this. Let's do this at the end of the game when you're about to finish the game. Let's put this shit in, right? You stupid fucking assholes.
They did it to piss you off, Phil. Purposely.
There, fuck your mother.
It's toxic.
Not one of these segments. I was supposed to know there was a pool of blood. At least there was a checkpoint.
Invited, okay.
I said the end of this game really does everything to just be like annoying. Like, how is this forward? It's not.
It is hard, though.
There. Woohoo. Woohoo.
Level 11, damn, bro.
Give up. I know. Lady L says, man, I haven't been to Burger King in ages. Now I want a Whopper. Yeah, now that you said that, I'm kind of craving.
I mean, I'm
Whopper
good because I don't have anything. I
love
literally
the Whopper. It's one of the
have the starter
consistent
gear.
Good fast food
every time I play.
burgers, in my opinion.
Because
it's not anything crazy good. It's just consistent. And in this day and age, consistency has a lot to say for itself. And a lot of these places keep changing their food, and Burger King really hasn't changed the Whopper ever. That's it. It's over. Even though I shot him a million times, I have no ammo.
Yeah, it's always at the end of the game, dude. Like, obviously the end is hard. Yeah, that's the end.
How you guys like the final boss? Do you like it? It's pretty shitty, isn't it? It's a pretty bad final boss, I'm not gonna lie. They really fucked it up. It's really stupid. A lot of missteps. So, 16 and a half hours, 68 total deaths. Might as well save, although I don't know if I'll ever, like I said, I would have to rebuy the DLCs in order to play them because I owned this originally on PlayStation. I really don't feel like I want to do that right now. Maybe one day if you guys really wanted to see them. And of course, maybe one day I'll play The Evil Within 2 again. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this was a perfect early October playthrough. Thank you to those who voted to see Evil Within a second time. I enjoyed the playthrough. Thanks to those of you who showed up and supported this playthrough throughout. And I hope that you all had a good time. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And will we ever see more Evil Within content? Likely no.
Alright, hold up. 1 second. Give me this loot. Give me some loot, dude. It's not as hard when you got 2 people, man. Solo's like a nightmare. Yo, are you a fighter? Do you want a helmet? Two-shot him? Damn, bro. Oh, fuck. Bro, I can't get by, bro. Hope you got that. Bro, I can't break barrels. What the fuck? Dude, you got fucking spells, dude? What the fuck? Yeah, it's like a medieval Tarkov, basically. Oh! Yeah, yo, I'm gonna need that heals, bro. I'm gonna need that healing shit, bro. Give that shit up, dude. Yeah. Bruh. Oh my, oh, what? Oh shit! Bro, I think they got you, bro. That sucked. It was a whole team, bro. It was like a 4-man. Bro, how am I supposed to live? Wait! Why is he sitting? Why did he sit down? No, I fat fingered. It's like a 4-man.
Snow Carl asked the following. Since you had an amazing month support-wise, do you think things will look up, and if things stay just as good in November, will you be able to maybe get a PC upgrade? Cheers. So it's an interesting question, and it's a fair question. Unlike some of Snow Carl's questions, it's actually a fair question. Okay? So here's the deal. All right? Here, I'll answer the question. Should I stay in this? I'll stay in this mode for a minute. This month was a good month in some ways, in particular memberships. I mean, we skyrocketed. We went from around 500 members to over 1,000. So that's like 500 memberships. And, you know, excuse me, you do the math. Yes, that means a fair, pretty good increase in my income this month, for sure. Also, I believe Super Chats actually were up this month significantly. I'm not 100% sure on that. I have to double check on that, but I think they were. In general, I feel like Super Chats increased this month. So, yeah, I should have an increase in income come November for 1 month. Now, there's a couple other factors involved. Also, this month was one of the most expensive months ever because my car broke down and I had to drop over $1,100 for the car repair, and then I had to drop $200 for the tow. And that was unexpected. Those were funds that were supposed to go to important things that didn't, right? And that definitely set me back, all right? Now, what I can say is, in regards to other things like the TV breaking and the chargebacks, you guys helped with that stuff. You guys basically supported me and negated that crap. And I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for that. Those could have been really bad, but you guys got me through those tough times, all right? So, this month coming up, absolutely, for 1 month, I'll have a little bit of increase of income, which will be nice. But I also am essentially dealing with the fallout.
Oh, yo, should I change my class?
Okay. Now, how is November going to go? You would think November would go well. Because, for example, just to give you an idea of some of the games coming out in November that are pretty high profile and I feel people would be excited for. Okay. Oh, here we go. Where is it? What am I doing? I opened the completely wrong thing. Hold on. Here.
Bro, I don't know where we are, dude.
So, in the month of November, we've got Sonic Frontiers on November 8th, God of War Ragnarok on November 9th, the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection, that's more for me than you guys, but I think you guys will enjoy seeing me play some classics from my childhood. That's on November 11th. Goat Simulator 3, November 17th. The Devil in Me, November 18th. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, November 18th. And Evil West, November 22nd. So,
over here,
there's some good stuff there, right? Admittedly, there's some really good stuff there. And I do think that this month, hopefully, will bring an overall increase in views and subs and things like that. You know, the month of October was kind of hit or miss. We started strong with the Street Fighter 6 beta, and then with Overwatch 2 flopping on its face and not even working, I basically had a slow week and a half after that.
Dude, what the fuck?
Then things started picking up around the second half of the month. Okay? If I could have the whole month good, like the whole month of November, if the whole month of November ends up being good because it's all constant new releases, then that could be really excellent, all right? But here's the thing. Realistically, am I expecting DSP Gaming to see even more crazy growth in November? No, I think we'll have slow, consistent growth. I think with each new release, you'll bring in a new slew of viewers who want to maybe... I'm not centered. It's driving me nuts. I think with each new release, we'll bring in a new group of viewers. All right? We'll bring in people who want to sub and watch just for that particular playthrough. They'll be here for a week or two to watch it. And then they'll decide whether they want to stick around or they want to take off, right? I think God of War Ragnarok will bring in a certain audience. I think, you know, Evil West maybe is a unique kind of game. You know what I mean? We'll see, all right? But am I expecting that in the month of November we're going to hit 2,000 members on DSP Gaming? No, I'm not expecting that whatsoever, okay? I would hope that in general this next month will bring more consistency in the amount of viewers we get on streams and things like that. But I'm not expecting insane exponential growth or anything like that. Okay? Now, there's another couple of factors, all right, that we need to talk about. One of the major factors is my dishwasher's broken. Okay? And I need to get a new one. It's just sitting there broken. There's no point in fixing it. We already did the math. It's a minimum $200 to even get a repair person in here. Likely a repair would cost $300-$400. And a new dishwasher is $500-$600. Why would you pay $400 to repair it, right? So we need a new dishwasher at some point. That's kind of takes priority when it's just sitting there, broken. So that's one thing that's a consideration. Another consideration is I do have to buy a lot more games coming up in the next couple of months. That's increased cost to the channel, among other things. You know, there's always things going on that you guys aren't aware of. All right, there's things going on behind the scenes right now that you guys don't need to know about. They're personal things. They have nothing to do with the streams or this, you know, anything public you guys need to know about that are probably going to end up costing some money. So I'll just say this is actually a really good time for me to have an increase in income. It's going to help. But it's really about consistency, right? And, you know, are we going to have that consistent increase in income, or was it kind of a one-off thing this month because of the gifted memberships? I don't know. Let's see, right? Let's see what happens this month with everything. It could go really well. It could go not so well. I don't know. You know, I am grateful for the support that I just
full
got
health
this last month.
That's amazing.
Thank you all so very much. You know, I got to give a humongous shout out to Team Ico Gamer, who was the person who gifted a vast majority of those memberships. I mean, that was an insane amount of help. And, you know, moving forward, again, it'll help definitely for the next month or two. And we'll see what happens. But,
the Circle B?
You know, I can't promise you anything.
Circle B?
You gotta see how the next... Let me put it this way. If November stays great, if December stays great, if we have a series of months of increased performance and things are going great, then I see absolutely no reason why maybe I couldn't consider maybe early next year getting a new PC. But we have to get through these months and see how good they work out. Right now, we're at square one. You know, we're just going to see how things go, okay? All right. Thank you for the tip. Maybe not. Unless we hear it from Cavill himself, I don't think we can really believe it. But then again, take a look at recent television shows that have been based on video games like Halo, where Master Chief, who used to be a mysterious protagonist who was genetically engineered to be the superhuman soldier, became, you know,
one shot?
Emotionally, you know, broken. He's popping his cherry in the show. Essentially, the show might as well just have handed him a bottle of fucking Mountain Dew and Doritos and said, "Here you go, gamers. Here you are. Here's the representative of you. You know, you're a virgin in your parents' basement, sucking on potato chips, playing games. You know, and like, what the fuck? It was terrible. But basically, everyone who's seen the show said it was terrible. But then there's a group of people who like it who don't know Halo. So essentially, what they're trying to do, all right, is they're trying to take popular series of games and turn them into popular media series, but not being truthful to the source material at all. I don't understand that. Here's what I don't get, okay? You have amazing source material, right? Uncharted. You have 4 fucking great games with insanely good writing. Why make a movie that has nothing to do with those 4 games, but call it Uncharted anyway? Halo. Are you shitting me? At one point, it was the biggest game franchise there was on consoles. It was the thing that sold Xbox and made Xbox a major player in gaming. Okay? It has so many games with amazing storylines. I mean, admittedly, yeah, 4, 5, and 6 haven't been so good. I think 6 is good, but 4 and 5 are really bad. But I mean, just look, you just take the original trilogy of Halo and make an amazing series out of it. No. We have to fucking reinvent the wheel and start over. No, you don't. Here's the deal. If you're going to do that, don't fucking call it Halo. Don't call it Uncharted. Don't call it The Witcher. Do your own fucking thing. Earn views and attention on your own merits. Stop buying licenses.
Wait, why are you not attacking that,
and
dude?
then ruining and bastardizing those licenses. You know what I'm saying?
This is not...
This all harkens back. The thing that really I remember was the first time this ever happened to me in my lifetime that I can remember.
I thought that was still you, my bad.
Was Final Fantasy... The Spirits Within. Do you remember that movie? It had literally nothing to do with Final Fantasy. It was such a weak tying into the lore of Final Fantasy at all. It basically, there's an overwhelming life force in the planet. Okay, so it's kind of like Final Fantasy VII and the Mako, right? And that was it. Nothing in that movie had anything to do with Final Fantasy at all. But they made it like it was a Final Fantasy movie. So fans flocked to theaters to see it and said, what the fuck is this? It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy, and they got upset. On its own merits, the movie's not bad. In fact, at the time, I remember the 3D animation was quite groundbreaking in the early 2000s when that movie came out.
Big ups, Christopher.
But sadly, they used
Amazing logic,
the
dude.
name
Amazing.
as a way to cash in, and it flopped on its own face because people went to see Final Fantasy and didn't get it. That's the first major example that I can think of a bait and switch where they say it's something, you go and it's not. It's the Uncharted movie. Well, it's got Nathan Drake and it's got Sully, but it's not Uncharted. It's not. It's not the plot of the games. It's completely different. So why is it Uncharted? Just call
They can make a new story and it's still
right?
Uncharted.
Something
Stupid.
else.
You know why?
It's bullshit. So
because they own the IP.
Sounds like, sadly, with season 4,
they
you're
can
gonna
do whatever
lose
they
the
want with the
guy
IP,
who
Phil.
was synonymous with Geralt. Everyone liked him
Heels.
as the actor.
I need
right?
heels, dude.
But when you lose that, you're going to lose something in the series. How much attention is it going to get with a new actor, right? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to survive. It may be the end. This season 4 might be the end of Witcher. I guess we'll see. Anyway.
Bro, that shit was literally like worse than what I had. Alright, you lead the way, bro. You're all kitted and shit. I'm on level 1, dude. Here, bro, you want this? Do you need this? I didn't, dude, see, I don't know about this shit, dude. I forgot there's invisible people. Alright, give me like 3 minutes. I gotta make a cup of coffee real quick, dude. Just visit the trader while I make a cup of coffee.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone's doing.
run to my detractors to get attention? Guess was always a detractor. I don't know. Because if it's my detractors, they're always on me, you know? So what ends up happening is people hear from me from other channels. People see detractors making anti-Phil, whatever he says, right? My haters and detractors did that to me. They called both my high school and my college. And I guess they basically just had Kurt Angle say a bunch of detractor memes. We just fucking stupid as shit. Pretty dumb. Okay. Right? So last day, for anyone who contributes to the streams, to see some silly holiday Halloween animations. As you know, they've been pretty good this year. Namely the ones for tips, you know, some really cool ones. We had Ghostbusters, Aliens, Resident Evil 8, Dracula, right? The Shining. Some really, really good animations this year. I really enjoyed having them for the whole month. You know, I really like Halloween month. So I hope you guys have been, enjoying them as well. You know, my wife and I have been watching X-Files every night, which is a very creepy supernatural show, perfect for Halloween. Good stuff all around, right? It's been a really good month, and I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for November, December, because we got 2 really great gaming months laid out here coming up. Also, this means that starting Tuesday, we have a new members goal. Now, here's the thing. I was thinking about this, and I was like, you know, it might make more sense to launch the members goal tomorrow, even though tomorrow is technically still October. You know, follow my reasoning here. Tomorrow is the Halloween marathon, right? So tomorrow, we're going to have more people on the stream than usual. Likely, we're going to have a good amount of support. There might be people coming to you know, help the channel in certain ways. And maybe if I set up the members goal for tomorrow and have it count towards November, then it would make sense, because that way if someone wants to do a member bomb or whatever, it would apply towards the new goal. If you don't know what the new goal is, it's Christmas. In the month of November, if we hit our members goal, I'll be doing a day-long Christmas marathon. Will it be on Christmas? No. Christmas is my one solid day off a year. But basically what I'll be doing is a day right before Christmas. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet, but it'll probably be a day or 2 before Christmas. I'll do a marathon of gaming. You guys will nominate and vote on the games, just like you did for Halloween, for the games that I'll play during Christmas. I dress up in Christmas attire all day, including ugly Christmas sweaters and shirts and hats. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Christmas Marathon is the one day a year that I drink on stream. I actually participate in Christmas cordials as well as other things. In previous years, I've had flavored beers. I've had whiskey. I've had eggnog. I would think this year would be more of the same. I don't see any reason to veer from the course that's worked. So, pretty cool. I'm excited for that, all right? So, we're going to have this goal. If we hit the goal of member support in this November, we're going to do this marathon, okay? Now, I already kind of jumped the gun, because usually I would do 2-tiered members goals. But I kind of already announced something else that we're doing, and I kind of feel stupid that I already did it. So what I also had already announced is that this year I'm returning to WWE 2K22 Sims for the holidays. Here's what I used to do back in the day. I used to do Sims for all the holidays, Halloween, Christmas, sometimes other themed ones, and also I would do it for special pay-per-views like WrestleMania. What I would do is a special event where I would do all these fantasy matches. And people like the fantasy matches. If you didn't notice, the ones I did this year did pretty well. People enjoyed them. You know, came out and drove us to watch them live and then watch them on demand as well. And it seems to be one of the more popular things I brought back this year, among other things. So what I wanted to do was a whole event, a whole stream. Okay, now here's what the stream would entail. Me doing qualifying matches for the King of Christmas tournament. If you don't know what the King of Christmas tournament is, I used to do this every year. So what you do is you have 3 or 4 qualifying matches, each featuring icons of Christmas, like Frosty the Snowman against Ebenezer Scrooge, you know, against I don't know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And they have a triple threat match, and they fight it out in a sim match, and whoever wins that match qualifies for the finals. So you do a series of like 3 or 4 of those matches, okay? And at the end of the event, you do the final match, which is a ladder match. And at the top of the ladder, you have a Christmas title, an actual Christmas title belt hanging. And the way you win a ladder match is someone has to climb the ladder, grab the belt, and take it off the rung. And that's how you win. And it's really epic because when you have like 3 or 4 people in this match, they all keep stopping themselves from getting the belt. And there's big high-flying moves. And then whoever gets the belt is the king of Christmas for that year. I remember in previous years, we got guys like the Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge. I think the Grinch won one year. But we've had positive kings of Christmas too. It's not like it's always villains. So it's a good time. And this was something that people looked forward to every year as a special Christmas event. And over the years, it kind of got phased out for multiple reasons. Number one, because I wasn't into wrestling as much. Number two, because WWE games were falling apart and weren't working anymore. And it was like 2 or 3 years ago when the game didn't even work. So I said, well, forget it. We're just going to phase it out and not do it. So now we're bringing it back this year. Now, this certainly could have been something that I could have set up as a reward for memberships. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say it's happening. Okay? It's my fault. Anyway, I already kind of jumped the gun and announced it previously. It'd be kind of messed up for me to say, oh, yeah, I said I was going to do it, but now I'm hiding it behind a support milestone or something like that. We won't do that. What we'll do is we're just going to do it. As a way of me saying thanks and happy holidays, we're just going to do the special event without any kind of qualification. Okay? So there you go. But the Christmas Marathon will be a reward for hitting a member level of support. I will set up the goal tomorrow. We will have it live during the Halloween event. Now, I have no idea
like
if anyone's
4
going to
minutes,
come on by and be gifting
like
membership bombs or anything like that during the marathon. I'm just saying it would be a prime time to do it. I know for a fact we'll have more viewers on the Halloween marathon than we would have during a typical stream. So it's a great opportunity for someone who's looking to support the channel or help their fellow viewers and chatters out. That would be the great day to do it. So I'll set it up tomorrow, and that way if anyone does drop any member bombs, it'll count towards it. By the way, it won't be a giant goal. The most we've had now for members was 1,036.
It's just a French
I really
press.
should have written it down because I forgot.
So I had to boil the water.
1,036. So
I had to let it sit for like 4 minutes.
Reasonable. It'll probably be like maybe like 1,025 or something like that. You know, something within reach, and then maybe have a stretch goal that we get a tier 2 goal.
My bad, dude.
Another special reward or something like that.
Maybe I have it off or something. Maybe
We'll see. But anyway, that'll be set up for tomorrow. And then as of Tuesday, the holiday festivities for Halloween are over, and we go back to a boring
French
November.
press is
Not
a flex.
really.
How is that?
Okay. The conclusion.
They're cheaper. It's cheaper than a regular coffee maker.
All right, of Sunday Night Bites. This has been
literally
something that
more
I've
basic.
really enjoyed doing over the course of
But
the
you get a
late
better
summer
flavor.
and now into the fall. It's been about 3 months that we've been doing it. And just to give you guys a perspective here of how cool this event has been. This is what we put together over the course of that time. You know, this is something we did, and I like that. I like the feeling that as a community, right? Whoops, I flipped the lure. I have to shove it back in there. I like the feeling that as a community, we built something together, and we did. We built this hat with all these cool lures and things on it as a result of Sunday Night Bites. You know, doing this cool, chill fishing with you guys, having great conversation and interaction during those streams. And then by hitting, funding goals, picking different lures that we added to the hat. And here it is, all right? So tonight, it's the final Sunday Night Bite, 6:45.
We built this hat,
time.
guys.
We'll see if I can catch any big ones.
We built this hat together.
I doubt we're going to be hitting a new record at this point. But
with all
why
the dollar
are we retiring
bills
Sunday Night
you
Bites
gave me.
tonight? There's 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I'm too busy with new releases to be doing these chill streams. Like, I need every stream now to make advancement in the new games or I'm never going to beat them and I'm going to get backlogged in too many games, all right? So number 1, I just need the time. Number 2, sadly, Bassmaster is being removed from Game Pass. Don't ask me why, because it's not like anyone's going to go out and buy the game. But, yeah, Bassmaster is being removed, and since it's being removed, I'm not going to spend $40 to buy the game digitally. Now, you can actually get it for much cheaper online. I think it's like $20 physically. But at this point, since we don't have time for it anyway, we're going to retire it. So, Now, in the future, would I ever do fishing again? Possibly. You know, they might have a new Bassmaster game coming out. Maybe I would get that one. Or maybe it would be on Game Pass again. But for now, it is time to retire it. So tonight, the final chill stream of fishing. If we hit the tips goal tonight, we'll add a final lure to the hat. And then this hat will now be eligible moving forward after tonight. That if we hit $100 in tips on any stream, I'll put on this hat. All right? There you go. It'll be in the running. So it's going to be a thing we worked on together for months. And then this will actually be part of the experience. Pretty neat, right? Cool.
Yeah, that was Xmas goals revealed. Goodbye, Bassmaster, and we built a hat. I'm gonna grab this coffee and I'll BRB, and we can start this game.
I'm not here to tell.
Gentlemen, today, some shithead hater will take something that I say out of context, and a ton of morons will watch that video. So within a day or two, that video will get like 5,000 views. While my daily gameplay videos each are getting, what, like 1,000 views, if that? Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life. It became a meme, right? The meme was to hate on me. Were there legitimate reasons? At first, there were. But over the years, are you shitting me how I've changed? Like how different I am now? There is nothing fucking legitimate you could do. With the shit these people say and do, the insane amounts of slander and defamation about me that's just untrue on the internet. There's no way I could ever, in any capacity, you know, legally or otherwise, there's no way I could even dispute 99% of the shit they say because of the insane amount of it that they say. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not?
All right, let's do this. Holy fuck, bro! Come on, what it? Wait, why am I taking damage, dude? What the fuck? What? It's the flies that they were shooting me with the. You got this. You got this. You got this. Yeah, there was also spikes on the floor. Yeah, I have I have a gamma filter on the stream, but my game actually looks so much fucking like I can't see anything really. Like it would be easier for me to look at the stream and play probably with the delay. Actually, there's not really much delay at all. I could probably just look at the stream. It'd be like cheating, dude. Yo, what's up, Roachbait? Yeah, if I can just live long enough to loot some shit, maybe I could get some, like, a better weapon or something, you know? You're literally about to die. R.I.P. Bro, the spawns are rough, dude. Like, it just spawns you in, like, the boss room with, like, 100 enemies. Yeah, like teams of 4 running around. Oh, VoIP? Hold up. We'll do it next game. Remind me after we die. Oh, come on, man. Spoiled meat. All right, let me look at VoIP. Hold on. There we go. I press comma.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
what you waiting for?
Now I can tell you if there's floor spikes.
Bro.
And they started bombarding every business that I have any involvement with this slander campaign against me. So we're talking places like Twitch, places like Teespring, places like Streamlabs, you know, things that you need to operate an online business as a content creator. And systematically, each one of them started kicking me out. All right, Twitch kicked me out of the partner program, claiming that they had evidence that I have used hate speech. And I said, well, you're legally obligated to provide evidence of this, do so, and their legal team ghosted me. They felt, oh, Phil's not big enough to sue us for this. So
I think the audio is a little low on this one. My bad.
Dr. Disrespect. They knew I didn't have the clout and the money to sue them to try to get, you know, my name cleared up. So they just did it because they just could, you know. And then on top of that, they did it to Teespring, which was, I guess, now Spring. They just canceled my account after having over 5-year relationship with Teespring selling T-shirts, none of which had anything negative on them or anything to do with anything hateful. They just canceled my account, closed it. And I was like, I asked them why. They never answered why. They just gone. And then on top of that, Streamlabs, same thing. You know, pop-ups on a stream. Can't take tips through them anymore.
Bro.
You're kicked out. So it all happened at once. It was a big cloud clusterfuck of shit. And like I said, when I looked into it, I was actually contacted by someone who I'm still to this day, I'm not going to say who it is, but there's someone who was on the inside at Twitch and basically told me this is what happened, that these people bombarded Twitch and other businesses with this negative shit about me, and they all basically canceled me at the same time. So I can still stream on Twitch. Twitch didn't ban me. They just kicked me out of the partner program. I could have reapplied for it by now, but I don't care. I don't want to.
What?
I don't want to deal with a business that just because there's a hate mob against me, that they're now going to punish me for the hate mob when I didn't do anything wrong. I never did anything wrong when I was on Twitch. You know, anything that I did do wrong, I was already punished for. Yeah, I had a suspension or two. I was drunk and I said, you know, a stupid word I shouldn't have said and stuff like that. That was long years in the past. There's no way I was going to get punished for it in 2021 when this was stuff so far in my past. But the misconception is I'm banned from Twitch because that's what my haters say. So I'm not shocked to hear that Moist Critical thinks I was banned from Twitch. It's not his fault. That's just believing what idiots say about me. That's not true. The next thing he said, also I'm not shocked. He goes, by the way, the reason that this came up, I should bring this up because I didn't do this. Boogie just came out with a video like a week or two ago where essentially he's appealing to his audience for more support. He's basically saying he lost all of his money because he invested it in cryptocurrency. And as you know, this year, cryptocurrency crashed. So he had a nest egg from all his years. You know, he has over 4 million subs on YouTube. At one point, he had over 5 million. All his videos used to bring in hundreds of thousands to millions of views. And now he's completely waned in popularity on YouTube, doesn't make that much money on it anymore. And all his money he had in savings, he blew on crypto. So he's broke. So he's appealing to his audience saying, please help me, right? Please, if you can, super chat. Please become a member. Please buy my merch. Here's my t-shirts, right? He was shilling to his audience. He could do that. It's fine. But what Moist Critical was making a point of is he goes, here's a YouTuber who used to have 5 million active subs. Now he has 4 million. And he's literally like begging people on his stream for money. Like, it's not a good look. I agree. But if what Boogie's saying is true, I understand why he's doing it. Okay? I can see both sides. All right? Anyway, the reason that he starts talking about me is because someone brings me up. Well, then what do you think of Dark Side Phil? Because he's infamous for being an e-beggar, right? So basically, that's when Moist Critical goes, well, yeah, I'm up on Phil. I basically, the way he says it, you can tell that, like, he's interested in me as a character, but he doesn't watch my content, all right? You can tell he's not sitting here right now watching my stream. He's watching the Detractor highlight of my stream that picks at the bad parts and says that's all that I am, all right? So he's basically like, yeah, I'm up on Phil. Here, let me play this video. But then he's banned on Twitch. I can't play it. And then someone cleared up and said, he's not banned on Twitch. You could play it. So then he plays it. And what is it? Of course, it's the Scorn clip. So we'll talk about that in a moment. All right? But the other point he makes, and again, this is another Detractor thing. He says, you know, you can't even search for Dark Side Phil anymore on the internet and get his content. All you get is Detractor stuff. All right? So he goes, look, I'm not even logged in on YouTube here. I'll prove it. And he searches for Dark Side Phil. The first thing that comes up is the Down the Rabbit Hole documentary about me, which at this point now has accumulated over 6.5 million views and is still climbing in popularity. Now, I already addressed that documentary earlier this year, and I basically addressed all the things in that were half-truths or misconceptions. I would hope that out of the 6.5 million people, maybe 1,000 of them will watch my react, right, to get the true story. But that's the problem with being a small-time creator, is that you don't have that kind of control, right? Most of them will never watch my react to it and know both sides. It's sad. I think the next video down was like probably like another negative documentary about me. And then it was like the Dark Side Phil channel. Okay?
Damn, that's fire, dude.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm the third thing down, right, when it comes to my name. But then he's looking at it and he's confused because he thought it was worse than that. And then he looks at the channel and he's like, wait a minute, Dark Side Phil only has 7,000 videos. That's not right. And then everyone told him it's because his channel's DSP Gaming, not Dark Side Phil. And Moist Critical literally goes, really? I didn't know that. So how funny is it that I'm infamous on the internet, right? But no one even knows that I make content. No one can even find the channel because why? I'll tell you why. Because my detractors have done this on purpose. When they talk about me, they say DSP or Dark Side Phil. Or they say DSP space gaming. They do it on purpose because they realize if they actually just said DSP gaming, people would actually come to this channel to check it out to see if what is said about me is true. They do it on purpose to control the narrative. So now when you just search for Dark Side Phil, you see the negative stuff about me first. If you actually just search for DSP gaming, I come up first. And in fact, I did it myself. I tested it. You get DSP gaming, you get my stream, and you get videos that I just did recently. You get all DSP gaming content first. Then maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 entries down, now you start to get some negative stuff about me. But at least if you search for DSP gaming, you get the actual stuff first. But notice no one says DSP gaming. They say DSP or Dark Side Phil or the space between. It's done on purpose. So that way they don't steer the traffic to my channel and I don't benefit from the slander against me. You see? So there you go. So just him starting off talking about me you can tell he has misconceptions based on Detractor content that aren't true. I'm not permanently banned from Twitch. I never was. I was canceled by a group of people with bullshit stuff from 10 years ago. That's not true today. And it happened in multiple businesses all at once. It was a concerted effort, an attack against me to try to ruin my business and my life, quite frankly. And I don't want to go back to Twitch because I don't want to get canceled again at any moment just because they feel, you know, like they have that, oh, look what he said 10 years ago. I'm so upset. You know, like that's still me. Like, that's fair to judge me for something I did at this point 12 years ago, right? It's ridiculous. No, it's not a truth that if you search for me, you can't find any of my content. It actually comes up first on YouTube. But you have to search for my channel, DSP Gaming, not for all the hater videos about me. There you go. Now, anyway, I'm upset because I stayed late for you guys, playing a game that obviously is painfully badly designed, right? And I would hope that the fact that you guys are getting entertainment out of it, because you obviously were. Look at the views skyrocketed. People were really saying they were enjoying seeing me suffer through this. That at least someone would have said, all right, thanks a lot for that. We know you're having a rough week. Here you go. We'll contribute or do something to help you out. And at least then I'll be like, wow, well, at least it was kind of worth it for me suffering through this piece of shit. And it didn't happen. And I got upset about it. All right? I'm a human. I have weakness. Now, here's the thing. Is that greed? No. But it's definitely not a good look. Which is actually what Moist Critical, exactly the words he had used about Boogie. He says it's not a good look when you got an audience and you're going to say stuff like that to them. You're absolutely right. I 100% will publicly admit that was one of the times when the weakness of me as a person was exposed to the internet. For sure, 1,000,000%. That was a moment that I was weak because I was very upset about how things were going financially for me that week. And because I was so upset at the game, I vented to my audience, and you could say that was bad. But the thing is, what ends up happening is then people say, that's all Phil is. All Phil is constantly talking about money, constantly complaining about things, constantly begging his audience, all right? Now, allow me to explain a few things because I think these are some things Moist Critical doesn't know about me, all right? I don't make a lot of money doing this, like I used to at least. I've had tons of financial difficulties in my life. I had to go through a bankruptcy 2.5 years ago. I'm still behind on things because people keep messing with me. If people would just leave me alone, I'd be fine. But I constantly have people who mess with me in every possible way, whether it would be trying to cancel business opportunities, like I said, my partnership with Twitch, my Teespring store, things like that, which is not fair because they do it for things I did 12 years ago, not the real me today. That's really not fair that I have those kind of things happen to me in the modern day, okay?
It won't shoot!
Mess with me in ways that continuously mess with my finances. For example, last year, someone stole my identity, all right? They tried to steal lots of money from me. I was forced to close down all of my accounts and start them all over fresh. And when I did that, there were payments that could not be made, that ended up violating agreements that I had, that ended up costing hundreds to sometimes thousands of dollars to fix, all right? This was not cheap. It really just screwed me up. And then things just keep, this year, just two months ago.
Yo, no.
Now people are apprehensive about contributing because they're afraid if they become a member,
I got out, dude. I got out.
So I lose $1,000 of what I normally would have as revenue in a month that I need to pay my bills and operate my business. You know what I mean? And then things keep happening that just get me down on my luck. And this is just shit that happens. You know, my car breaks down, my dish.
Bro, you can make it. You can make it.
That's normal shit of life. But I'm not in a position where
No, you can't. You're fucked. You're actually dead.
I don't have a nest egg. I have nothing to fall back on. So when that stuff happens, a normal person says, okay, I don't want to, but I put it on a credit card. Or I don't want to, but I'll dip it to my savings. I don't have any of that. All right?
Insane, bro. Insane.
I will have that long term, but I'm not there yet. I'm trying to recover from bankruptcy. All right?
Damn, I got some loot. Overwatch. So what do I do with these? Do I just sell the gems and shit? Is that the best bet? Dude, I sold my bow. Or I left it. I have a bear trap? Dude, I have a bear trap. I didn't know that. Oh, it has to be in my inventory. Where did that just go? Oh. Okay. I see. I got you. Yeah. Oh. Know that. I'm muted when I want to be muted. Remember that.
Immediately run to my detractors to get attention. Guess was always a detractor. I don't know. Because it was my detractors. They're always on me, you know. So what ends up happening is people hear from me from other channels. People see detractors making fun of me. I don't watch detractor content. I'm not stupid. Detractors, these idiots, say, "Oh, we just want to do whatever we can to contradict Phil and be, you know, whatever anti-Phil, whatever he says, right?" My haters and detractors did that to me. They called both my high school and my college, and they basically just had Kurt Angle say a bunch of detractor memes.
Bro, his
He's
reach
fucking stupid as
is
shit.
insane. His reach is actually insane.
Pretty dumb. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm starting with essentially a $400 budget, thanks to Dark Viking earlier today. If anyone else contributes tonight to booster that budget, then obviously, you know, we could look at a better range, but I'm looking for essentially around a $400 to $500 range. All right, that's what I'm looking at, $400 to $500. But you have to also factor in tax, which is 10% here in Washington State. There should not be any shipping costs because if it's on Amazon Prime, and that's another factor, if it's on Amazon Prime, it should be free shipping, but it has to be on Amazon Prime. It has to be. It can't be not Prime. It won't show up in time for Friday's streams. Okay? So, this is not me future-proofing the business. This is not my opportunity to buy a high-end crazy gaming TV. This is Phil needs a replacement for what he had. Okay? I need, you know what I mean? I need a replacement for what I had. It has to be here Friday. It might not be here in time for the first stream, in which case I'm losing out on my business. And there's nothing I can do about that. I have to accept that. Shit happens to people. I guess, you know, it happens to me a lot this month. I'll have to put up with it. You know, if I can't stream, I can't stream. We'll just shoot this shit. We'll have a Q&A stream, or we'll do something. We'll figure out something to do. Maybe an impromptu react. I don't know what hell we would react to. You know, something different until the TV shows up. Okay? So anyway, okay, price range $400 to $500. If we get contributions tonight to help with this and it increases the budget, amazing. Right now, you know, that hasn't happened. I'm not expecting that either. I'm not asking for it, nor am I expecting that. I'm just saying I wasn't expecting to get a $400 tip earlier today, and boom, there it is. And you're like, oh shit, that was really cool. So now we know at least where we're starting. You see? All right? Now, let's do some shout outs and then let's get to shopping. All right? First tip of the night. LBP COD Gamer did a super chat and said, I find it hard to believe you don't have another TV. All right, you ready? Let's go through this because, again, people are going to say, oh, Phil's making this up. All right? Here's what I've got. I have two monitors over here at my PC. One of them, no exaggeration, is from when Street Fighter 4 launched in 2009. It's on its last legs. When I turn it on, it takes a while to even heat up and show. It's basically a standby monitor. I don't really use it. it just kind of is there for a dual screen setup that I don't need anymore. But I would not want to use that for anything significant or reliable. It's just not a reliable monitor. The monitor I'm looking at right now is my newer monitor. I bought that one around 4 years ago. I think it was the same year that I got the new TV here and the PS4 Pro. That's a much nicer, newer Asus monitor. It's a good response time and everything. I need that for my setup. That's the monitor I use to stream and everything. I need that for my computer. Okay? My wife has a monitor in the room over there. It's a good gaming monitor, but it's only 23 inches. It's very small. So technically, if I completely rearrange and change my entire office setup to use a gaming monitor, could I do that? Yes. Does it make any sense to do that when I could just order a TV and replace this one right away? Absolutely not. Why redo your whole setup, right? Especially when, like I said, if I do redo my setup eventually and I redo the whole office setup and everything's set up here, I would likely do that. I would get a gaming monitor with a nice table like this one here and get another one here. All of that, you know, I would probably do that. But we're not doing that right now. The whole idea is get a new TV quick, have it for Friday, not redo my entire setup, okay? So, and now, do I have other TVs? I have one other television in the house. It is my TV downstairs. It's huge. It's the one that I have in my living room. I have no idea how big it is because I don't even remember, but it's a giant TV. It is mounted on the wall. It is not mobile. I don't even have a stand for it. It's just a wall-mounted TV. That's what we have for our living room, okay? That TV has bad input lag. I know for a fact. It's not great because Kat has played games and I play them on there and it's laggy. It's not a great TV for gaming. And on top of that, there's no way I can move my whole capture setup downstairs.
Hey, look who was wrong, buddy.
My fucking modems.
Look who was wrong.
PC, the laptop. It's not going to happen.
I got my sword back.
It can't. All right. That's why I have
got my starter sword.
My business out of. You know, this is where it stays. So that's it.
What are you talking about? I got my starter sword right here.
I used the gaming monitor and had to redesign my whole office to use it. There's no other alternative but to buy another TV. Okay.
Oh, all right, whatever. I misunderstood. My bad.
By the way, guys, yes, if you want to help with any of this stupid bullshit that I put up this week, the chargebacks, well, okay, the chargebacks were negated by people earlier in the week. I'm not going to lie about that or emphasize it. Basically, that problem was solved.
Bro, you don't get loot in this game, dude.
$1,100 yesterday like, for car repair, and now tonight I have to buy a TV. Yeah. It would be great if you guys could help me out in any way. Tipping would be the way to help right now because that's what I get right away to put towards this stuff. Earlier today, insanely huge shout out to Dark Viking.
Bro, what's your stash
Dark
look
Viking
like, huh?
Tipped me $400
How's your stash
early
looking?
stream. That's an insanely huge head start on whatever I get tonight. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna get a TV for that price range. I might have to pay more, but that's an incredibly good head start. Okay. You know what I love? Here's what I absolutely love. Someone goes on the product on Amazon, they review the product negatively, and their review is, oh, it was damaged in transit. What does that have to do with the product, you idiot? Why are you reviewing the product poorly because it was damaged in transit? Then rate the shipping company poorly. Why are you rating the TV poorly, you imbecile? I love that because then it skews the review. Because the review overall is lower because some idiot doesn't understand how to fucking review a product.
Yeah, yes, he's off today.
That drives me nuts. Anyway.
This is reruns.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, these are not the... Are you ready for these model numbers? These are nuts. No, this is insanity. I'm not even kidding you. Are you ready for the two model numbers? You don't even want to believe that this is what they fucking named their TVs. You ready? So here's the 2021 model of the Samsung 50-inch. UN5000FXZA. It rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? There's no way I could possibly forget that model number. What are you, a fucking idiot? You can't make it something simpler than that? And then here's the one. I think this is this year's version. This is the 2022 model. So it's the newest updated model. QN50Q60BAFXZA. Both of those would be available on Friday. They are definitely more pricey, but the question is, what's the response time on those? This is, of all the televisions I just looked at tonight, because I have a Prime membership and because of my account status on Amazon, they're offering me monthly payments on this television. This is the only one tonight that did this. The other one said you can maybe have monthly payments, but you need a credit check or whatever. This one is actually going to offer me monthly payments and split it into like a 5-month payment plan with no interest because I am a loyal Amazon customer. They do this with some of these. It's only if you have to be a Prime member and you have to qualify for it, but I qualify for it because I'm an Amazon customer. Yeah, so monthly payments have been selected. It's going to make it way more manageable for me. It's 5 months. Instead of paying $800 today, it's 5 monthly payments of like $160 or something like that. So, I mean, that would be way more freaking manageable. Absolutely, this would be insanely manageable for me. Now, let's see what happens if I try to check out. It's going to happen here. Okay? Proceed to check out. Ooh. Check this out. This is even cooler. All right. Get this. If I pay $20 extra, they will bring it to the room of your choice. So I don't even have to bring it upstairs. When it gets delivered, they'll bring it in the house into the office for me. And then I just unpack it and set it up myself. It's only $20 to do that rather than me trying to lug it upstairs myself and busting my ass. I don't see the negative there. You know? Trap them? What do you mean?
I can't
Trap
get this
the
chest.
delivery people in my house? This sounds like the setup for a horror movie. Why would I do that? Yeah. Now. No shipping and handling. Oh my God, that tax. Oh. $80.60 tax. That is crazy, man. $80. I just paid $100 tax on my car repair. Fucking shit. So basically what they're saying is due at shipment. So when they ship it, they're going to charge me $260, and then they're going to split up the remaining balance of $630 or $600 and change into monthly payments afterward, which is going to be like $100 and change every month. That's doable. That's way more doable than have to pay $900 right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, now I just got to change, make sure my payment option is right. Is this correct? And you guys helped me a ton. Thank you. Everyone tonight who chilled with me, supported this stream, gave me advice. Overpowered Boone MVP with those stats. He was pulling out the response time stats, right? And like I said, I've owned Sony things before. They are good. They're like primo, especially the Bravia products. They are primo quality products. They are really good, especially the color balance and stuff. Really well done. So I'm very excited. Very excited for this now. This is going to be the fastest response time TV I've ever had in my life. I've never had a TV that fast before. Good evening, Turtle Dude. How are you? How's it going? Okay, some shout-outs, because we have more shout-outs to do. You guys helped pay for it today, which I really, really appreciate. Seriously, Dark Viking and the anonymous tipper tonight, thank you guys for helping to pay for the TV. Everyone else who contributed, thank you for it. It was still a great stream regardless. Even taking out that 100, it was still a great, nice stream as well. So thank you all. That's really cool. And the financing was the icing on the cake because I would have had to get a TCL otherwise if they didn't have that financing available. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support tonight. I appreciate you supporting me all week long. What a week it was with all the crap that happened, right? Thank you for that. And if anyone watched all 2 hours of this on demand
I'm out
on YouTube, I applaud you. I have no idea why you would have. It was exciting doing this live. I can't imagine a single person wanting to watch 2 hours of this on demand on YouTube. If you did, thanks, I guess. I don't know what. Leave a comment and let me know why you did. Leave a comment and say, I watched all 2 hours, and here's why. I'm curious. I want to hear this. Okay? And go from there. All right? So, guys, thank you so much.
He did put it on payment plan. I thought that was hella fucked up, dude.
Patfield says, what happens if you miss a payment on the TV? Did they come and take it? Yes. They break into your house at night. They beat you with clubs. The Amazon guys come. They have a big, it's a yellow club, and it says Amazon with a happy face on it. And they beat the shit out of you when you're in your bed. They break your legs so you can't get up, and they take the TV back. That'll teach you to fuck with Mr. Bezos, you son of a bitch. And they walk out of the house. Oh, my God. All right. This is getting ridiculous. And then they also clog your toilet and they flush it 10 times as they walk out the door and flood your house as well. All right, I think we need to adjourn.
Oh, you're going beast mode on him. Let's go. Oh, you killed him. Oh, get him. Get him. No. No. Bro, I'm fully looted.
immediately run to my detractors to get attention. Guess was always the detractor. I don't know. If it's my detractors, they're always on. So what ends up happening is people hear from me from other channels. People see detractors making fun of me. I don't watch detractor content. I'm not stupid. Detractors, these idiots, say, oh, we just want to do whatever we can to contradict Phil and be, whatever, anti-Phil, whatever he says, right? My haters and detractors did that to me. They called both my high school and my college. And they basically just had Kurt Angle say a bunch of detractor memes. We just fucking stupid as shit. Pretty dumb. Okay. I'm glad to hear many of you are playing Gotham Knights and are way ahead of me. As you guys know, I'm a variety streamer, and I balance a million games. And that's why I'm so behind on everything. Plus, I lost a bunch of streaming time last week. There were 2 streams I was late to stream because of my car that broke down. And then, of course, my TV broke 1 week ago on this very day. So there you go. All right. Yeah, sucks. Anyway, now I got to get back into the mindset of what I'm talking about because I'm so distracted of everything going on here. All right, welcome to the show. So I still had, a couple hours left to get some rest. Jasper would have none of that, okay? Jasper would have absolutely positively none of that. He's like, you are not getting any more rest. So he's dancing on the bed, on me. He's trying to wake me up. He's nudging me. He's doing every possible thing to try to get me awake, even though I don't need to be awake. And I'm like, oh, Jasper, you got to stop, man. It's ridiculous. So I basically kind of drift back into a half sleep. It's kind of hard to fully sleep again. My wife's getting ready for work, and there's noise in the house and everything. So it's not like I can fully get a great rest or anything regardless, but trying to get here we go. It's a little better because it was too, I felt that was too, what's funny is this is what the camera will want to be at naturally. I look too yellow. So it's kind of like I got to find that in between. There you go. That's better, right? So I'm finally like, all right, I'm going to get a little bit of natural, get some rest, another hour or 2 maybe. So I'm drifting in and out of sleep, and I start hearing whoop, 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 whoop. Now, anyone who has a cat knows what that means. Immediate disaster. That cat is about to vomit everywhere. What is the cat going to vomit, and how badly will the vomit be is, up in the air. You never know. So the thing is, I'm half asleep, so it's not like I can wake up to stop him or anything. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So, I'm just kind of like, I'm drifting in and out of sleep. So then I actually hear later on, probably like maybe an hour later, I hear my wife talking to Jasper downstairs, and she goes, oh, Jasper, I can't believe you just did that. And I'm literally walking out the door to get to work. I hope Phil sees that when he wakes up. I'm on the way out. Like, she must have had her arms full of all her stuff for work, heading out to the garage. What's she going to do, stop everything to clean up vomit when she's already on the way out the door? Of course not. So I actually ended up getting up way earlier than usual, because usually, like I said, I would get up between like the 8 on the second half, like 8 into almost 9. But I ended up just getting up, and I start looking around the house. And I'm like, oh my god, this cat. The problem was he decided to barf everywhere. Like, he barfed on the comforter on our bed, and the whole comforter has a giant fucking stain with hair and vomit. And like, oh god. And then he did it multiple places throughout the house. And I'm like, I guarantee you, it's not just 1 or 2. It's probably all over. And I was right. Like, I basically had to go on a fucking vomit scavenger hunt this morning. It's very disgusting. And I found probably about 3 different places. No, 4. So I had to clean up the whole house this morning. And then in addition to that, I had to clean the comforter, because obviously I'm not going to leave that disgusting comforter on the bed. So I threw that in the wash, but the comforter takes about an hour to wash. And actually, just about now, like no exaggeration, it should be finishing in the washer. So once I finish this intro to the podcast, I'm actually going to run downstairs and throw the comforter from the washer into the dryer. And then by the time the podcast ends, the comforter should be dry. And if not, I can run it for a second cycle, and then it'll definitely be dry. Okay? In fact, I think I just heard it go off. It just went off right now. I just heard it. It went click, and then it plays a little ditty. I have a LG washer, so when it's done with its cycle, it actually plays a little song through your house. It's like a happy little song. It's kind of nice, and also lets you know that, oh, that's the unmistakable sound that my clothes are done. So yeah, this morning has kind of thrown me into disarray from what I normally would do. I certainly didn't get my normal relaxing morning where I get to stare at nature and sip on my coffee and do my normal stuff. Instead, it was me running around the house, cleaning up messes, throwing things in the wash, and basically rushing to try to get here to stream. That's why I tweeted, oh, I might be late. Luckily, I was not. To be honest, the Capcom Fighting Collection is an utter failure. Capcom basically tanked their own game through complete lack of proper marketing, by massively overpricing the collection, and by not making it crossplay. They killed it within 3 months. So, obviously, I need something else to do. I'm literally set back because of what happened. Because my TV broke, because of the delay with the car stuff. I'm backlogged. Right now, it would make absolutely no sense whatsoever to be taking time away from me doing streams to do this interview. In addition to that, I even told my patrons, because, you know, it's a new month, so my Patreon updated. And we got people who pledged to get private react videos. And I reached out to them yesterday and I let them know, listen, it's crazy right now. It's absolutely crazy with the releases I'm doing. I need to take my time to get through those. Please be patient. And I promise you, I'll make your private react videos around the second half of the month when things will calm down a little bit. And I'll maybe have time to take a night off to do them. And, you know, that's what I mean. Like, it's just so crazy right now with everything going on. And then all the other shit that also happened to set me back.
No, I think we're just humans in this.
Here. So, no, I'm probably not going to be taking time out from
I don't think there's different races.
Doing an interview now or anything like that.
Like dwarves and shit.
But I'm interested.
I don't think it's like Lord of the Rings.
I have 2 good candidates lined up. By the way, by all means, thank you to those who have given you your feedback on who I should go with for this interview, and please continue to do so. I've had a good amount of people submit suggestions to me saying, hey, I think you should go with this person, or I think you should go with this person. I am totally open to those kind of suggestions. That is very helpful, especially because some people have been actually quite descriptive on why I should go with one person over another when it comes to the interview. And I've been like, interesting. Interesting takes. I like different takes. It gives me more information on stuff that I don't even know. I don't know about half these people, so it's good, okay? All right, so there you go. That's the deal. What's going on right now was that you had to basically verify that you were a real person who had a following on the internet and had potential to be impersonated or harassed online if you couldn't prove your real identity. I'm one of those people. I have concrete evidence that there's people who try to impersonate me all over the internet constantly, slander me all the time, and if I didn't have a verified account, someone could easily pretend to be me and maybe try to get me in trouble, okay? That's why I was able to get my account verified many years ago. But not everyone has been that lucky, all right? People have been trying to get verified accounts for years and just keep getting denied. So it essentially became almost like a status symbol on Twitter to be a verified Twitter account user. I never saw it like that, and I certainly don't use it like that. I don't think because I have a blue check mark next to my name that I'm any more important or should be listened to any more than anybody else, okay? I just think that it's kind of like, hey, it's really me, so you know not to not believe anyone else that says that they're me. That's really the only reason I've ever had it. So now that Elon Musk bought out Twitter, apparently now they're trying to find ways to make Twitter more profitable. And the rumor was that they were going to start charging $20 a month for the blue check mark, okay? Now, supposedly the idea was that there was going to be premium features also involved when you got this subscription. But the thing that kind of made me scratch my head is if the point of the check mark is to prove that you are who you say you are, that was the whole point behind it, right? What's to stop someone from just dropping $20 a month and saying they're you? Yeah, you're going to have people that claim that they're people who they're not. With all bullshit, all impersonation accounts. It's going to happen overnight. You're going to see the rise of the impersonators. And no one's going to be able to tell who's real and who's not. And the whole site's going to be a fucking chaotic mess. If this is how he says it is, I think it's going to ruin Twitter. And that's a shame. You know, for me, I'm not going to change. You know where I am. You know also that I don't just solely rely on Twitter. Now I've very heavily gravitated towards...
Where are the spikes, dude?
...as a source of information about me and my content.
Where are the spikes?
If something important is happening, I'll usually post it on the community page.
Where do you jump?
Every day, so you don't have to worry about, oh, Phil's Twitter gets shut down. I don't know what he's doing. That's very much not the case. Okay? So there you go. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work.
The sides?
Newsy Futz, you're completely wrong. He says, you don't pay to get the blue check mark. Verification stays the same. It costs a monthly subscription to maintain it. Wrong. Literally everything Elon is saying is that's not the case. Right now, it's a elitist lords versus peasants mentality on Twitter. He wants to give the power to the people. $8 a month, get a blue check mark. This is literally his words on Twitter. You are actually you are making up a scenario that's not true. That from what he says, it's $8 a month. You get the blue check mark.
That's fine, man. I gotta get
some
some food to it in a
You
minute.
just get it. You're in a subscription program now. So I don't know. We'll see. For me, I'm on the fence about it. Like, here's the thing. If I pay $8 a month to Twitter and I actually get meaningful features that I like, I will probably do it. Like, for example, YouTube Premium, when I first got it, it was a 3-month trial. And I saw there's a lot of features on there that I like. Absolutely. No ads on YouTube is tremendous. But the one that I really like is that you can set up a bunch of music that you can, like, have playing, and then you can minimize that on your phone, and you can do other things. So I can actually have, like, a playlist of music playing, and I can, skim through, read news articles. I can approve comments on my videos. I can just chill and relax at night, which I sometimes do to go to bed. I can do all those things and have it playing constantly when previously you were not able to do that without YouTube Premium. So I had the trial. I liked the features I got. I kept the YouTube Premium. I would consider doing the same with this new Twitter, whatever they're going to call it. $8 a month. If you give me features that make me feel like I want to keep it, then I'll keep it. But I'm not going to pay $8 a month just to keep my blue check mark. I want something else as well. Because here's the thing. This is my staunch belief, and you guys can disagree. You cannot all of a sudden decide to start charging for something you always gave away for free. Can you imagine if overnight I announced to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, DSP Gaming is now a subscription-only channel. You must pay me to see any content on this channel. It is not publicly anymore free. You have to pay me to see it, period. How do you think that would go over? Honestly. What would I get? 100 people who would pay for the subscription? So 100 times what? $5? So I'd make $500 a month. That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Do you see the point? It wouldn't work. I've provided you free content for 14 years in the hopes that you would watch the ads on the content so I make some ad revenue, in the hopes that you would crowdfund the stream so I can make a living. That's how my business model works. I can't overnight just decide, oh, here's something you've always had for free. Now I'm going to charge you for it. That doesn't work. People will be upset. People are so used to having that as part of their free service. It will not only backfire, but may actually even create resentment towards your overall business, even if it wasn't your intention to do anything negative. You just can't do it.
No way, dude. No fucking way, dude. All right, man. I'll catch you in a bit or whenever. Peace out, brother.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Phil here. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. To the members goal. And just let you guys know, this is basically the last chance to hit the members goal. I think we have 4 days left because I believe it was around October 21st when we got that ginormous members bomb that propelled DSP Gaming from like 500 members all the way up to like 800-900, something crazy like that. And this weekend would be the last opportunity for us to hit our Christmas goal of 1,025 members. Remember, if we hit it, I'll be doing a Christmas marathon event. It's the only time during the year where I drink on stream and I dress up in festive holiday attire, right? We have a great time together. It's a really fun time. I really enjoy it. You guys usually nominate a good variety of games. I usually do a festive episode of either DSP Tries It or Feasting with the King or both. But if you guys haven't noticed, this month, even with all the new releases, this channel really has not seen much growth. Barely any movement with subs. A few new subs. Like I would say over the course of this month, maybe 100 new subscribers so far. Okay? Not a lot. Something. At least there's something. Always something's better than nothing. And I'm certainly not complaining. Any positive movement is good movement for me. Right? But when it comes to members, you know, there's been no movement at all. In fact, we're just on a slow decline, basically. We were at the beginning of this month, we were at 1,036 members. All right. Well, I take that back. That was the end of last month, and then we lost like 100. So we ended up going to like just under 1,000. It ended up being like 900 and change. And then we've basically been on like a slow drip since then, where we're losing a little bit every day. All right. If you're not a member, you're really missing out. You guys know all the benefits. Highlighted name in chat and stream and in the comments on the videos. Access to all of my emotes in the chat and in the comments of the videos. You know, access to all these events at a priority. For example, Ask the King coming up this week. The vast majority of questions answered on Ask the King will be member questions, right? Also, it is the season of giving, all right? 'Tis the season, as they say. If you're in the giving mood and you want to help out your fellow stream viewer, the ability to gift memberships is now available here on DSP Gaming. It has been for many months. So now would be the time if you wanted to jump in and maybe, you know, do some member, what do they call them? Member bombs or whatever. That would be awesome. All right. And it would help the channel. And, you know, it would be greatly appreciated. So thank you in advance. All right. I'm not going to talk about it all day. In fact, usually I just talk about it here on the podcast and then we just move on. And hey, we get members, great. And if not, it is what it is. You know, I want to do this Christmas event. I do it every year. It's an annual fun event. We always do. And it's a great time. But, you know, gotta be motivating, right? Rashawn says, you shouldn't even start your stream till you get 150 likes. Oh, God. We're not doing stuff like that. That's ridiculous. That's the definite difference between here's someone who does content and broadcast because he's a fun person having a good time, who loves the content, loves what they're doing. And here's someone who's here just in it for some kind of clout or some kind of popularity or some making money, you know. I won't even start until we hit this. What? That's ridiculous. You know, you know my mentality. I put out free content. You enjoy it. If you like it so much, please reciprocate the love. Whether it's liking the stream, liking the video, leaving a comment on it, whether it's, you know, contributing in any way, a super chat, a super sticker, a tip, a membership, whatever it could be, right? It's all greatly appreciated, all right? Okay. So all that being said, that's really it. But I admit it now that back then I was just fucked in the head. And so, you know, I was in a situation where I didn't really care about myself because I kind of hated my life and everything about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was pretty depressing back then. You know, the life that I was living. And then what ended up happening is over the years, you know, I started to like my life and myself. You know, I was like, oh, there's something to look forward to today. You know, I'm making content for YouTube. People are liking the content. They're saying I actually have value on this planet. I think I should actually spruce my life up a bit here and stop being an idiot. So I would stop eating unhealthy. Eventually, and it took a long time, I phased the insane, excessive amounts of drinking out of my life. You know, and by the way, I'm not skinny. Fuck no, I'm not skinny. I'm just not grossly obese anymore. I would say I'm slightly obese. I am, like I said. But when I was growing up, the doctor told me my ideal body weight should be 185 to 190 pounds for my height and body type. And I think right now I'm probably around between 205, 210. So yeah, I'm about, you know, 20 pounds overweight, 25 pounds overweight. I definitely could burn it by doing lots of exercise. If I got into weightlifting or something else again. You know, I'm doing my runs. I'm running 2 to 3 times a week.
I'm glad the shirt is comfortable.
So at least I have my wind back. You know what I mean?
I
When it comes
appreciate
to,
it.
I don't get exhausted
do.
anymore doing stuff, which is great because at one point I was getting exhausted doing basic stuff. I don't anymore. But outside of that, there's a lot more that can be done, you know? But I'm doing as well as I can with what I can do with my time. My problem is not the desire to do better. It's time. Like, I actually like working out. A lot of people say, I hate working out. It's tiring. It makes me sore. I enjoy the feel of working out and getting that burn because I used to do it. I used to lift weights and do all that stuff. I like it. My problem is time. I just don't have time to do it. I'm here working 6 days a week full time, and the 1 day off a week I have, I'm rushing around trying to do errands with my family. You know, if I had a whole day off a week, I'd be doing, you know, can I work in excessive workouts and stuff? I would love it. Can't. That's my life right now, right? Thank you, Steak Sandwich. I'll see you later. Why do people compare me to big dudes like Wings and Boogie? Because they're idiots. Like, you can compare us and say, these are guys who've been, you know, over the years, made mistakes on the internet.
Love it, man. Love it.
For it and memed into oblivion. That we have in common. I have absolutely nothing physically in common with those men. Zero. Not even close. It's hilarious because whenever they draw me in a meme, they draw me like some fat, blobulous person. And it's like, you have never watched my content. You're just a fucking idiot. You have no clue what you're even drawing or trying to say. Okay. We wanted to go to one pet store to get stuff for Jasper. That pet store ended up having none of the stuff that he likes, so we ended up having to go to another pet store. Basically, it's stuff you do during the day off. You know, nothing too spectacular. But the one thing that stood out for us, first of all, we're very lucky. We have all the food we need for Thanksgiving. Remember I told you last week about the disaster that my parents had ordered us a bunch of Thanksgiving sides as a gift, and they showed up with the box completely destroyed. One of the sides there with no dry ice, completely melted and disgusting, and then they had to order a replacement for us. Well, the good news is the replacement showed up before we even left for the day, and all of our sides are here. Excellent. We already bought everything else we needed for Thanksgiving, including the turkey, the cranberry sauce, the gravy. We've got everything. The only thing we really need for Thanksgiving is rolls, which we're going to buy next week. So everything else, we are good to go for Thanksgiving. We got our sides, everything. It's going to be a great spread next week. Obviously, I'll tell you all about it next week, right? Especially in America. It just seems like there's no consistency.
I'm switching
anywhere.
games.
I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just being honest. Like that's very disappointing. These franchises are not holding anyone accountable. Again, case in point, that Burger King. A little over a year ago, it was September 2021. I go to that Burger King on my wife's birthday, which of course we weren't planning on. It was like a last-minute chain. I order a chicken sandwich. It's the most disgusting chicken sandwich I've ever seen. It's completely inedible. There's sauce everywhere. It's just completely unappetizing. I didn't need it. So I take a picture. I complain to both the Burger King Twitter account and I email them on their support account and their corporate website. All right? Their Twitter account basically directs me to a customer support thing. All right? So does their corporate. And basically they give me the same exact answer. Just go to this thing. Okay, I'll do it. So I start emailing them. And it's obvious this customer support is not in the United States. It's international because they respond to me at like 4 a.m. every day. And I hate to say it, in like half English. Like they're barely being able to type out in English. So I'm hoping they're understanding what I'm trying to tell them. You know, but this is their customer support. And then after basically going back and forth with them for 2 days, supplying pictures and everything of how bad of an experience I had, and basically telling them, listen, all I'm looking for is a refund for the sandwich. I don't even care about anything else. It's just you ripped me off. It was a very expensive sandwich. Oh, we'll reach out to the franchisee. A week and a half, 2 weeks passed, the franchisee never answers me. So I contact them again. Okay, no, listen, we're going to still reach out to the franchisee. To which I responded and said, I don't want to hear from the franchisee. I just want you to do something to give me restitution for the fact that you basically ripped me off. And they ghosted me. They decided to stop responding entirely. Well, that's a great company, isn't it? Right? That's really a company you want to really give money to. A company that when you have concrete evidence that something they gave you was disgusting and inedible and it was expensive, they basically have a franchisee that blows you off and then they don't fucking bother helping you. They just don't care anymore. So, fuck them, right? Why are you going to support a company like that? And we haven't. I think in the last year and a half, I think once we ate at Burger King, and it was because, again, we were in a big hurry and we didn't have a chance to do anything else, and we ended up going to the good Burger King in our area, and everything was delicious. So there you go. So I don't know. That's just my
There you
franchise
have
story.
it.
It's very disappointing that these companies are supposed to be living up to a standard and they don't. They just don't. They just do whatever they want. And good luck getting anything out of a complaint. They don't seem to care either, which is very stupid and disappointing as well. So, anyway, after our day out, we came home and did a little bit of cleaning. Burger King is at this point infamous. Once a year, they create what they call their brand new, amazing, better than ever chicken sandwich. Once a year they do this. Okay? And then it comes out, and it's sometimes okay, sometimes it's better. And then after a while, they just discontinue it out of nowhere. And then there's another chicken sandwich, and then there's another. Like, the infamous chicken sandwich story that I tell about the disgusting chicken sandwich I couldn't even eat was called the Chiking. The Chiking only lasted about a year. Then they just retired it out of nowhere. Now they have some new one for the past few months, right? In the past, out of all the years that I've gotten the Burger King chicken sandwiches, all right, the one that I actually liked the most, all right, was the Tender Crisp chicken sandwich. This was an actual very large breaded crispy fried chicken breast, all right? And they had all these different variations. The one that stands out the most to me, it was called the Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch. And the reason that stands out, they had the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish. I forget his name. I'm sure people will tell me now in the chat, because I always forget this guy's name. And they had him dressed up in a country music outfit, because now he's a country music singer, if you didn't know that. And he's playing this song. He goes, I love the Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch. It grows on trees. And la 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 la. And the ranch flows up to your knees. And he's singing. And he sounds good because he's a great singer. It was his name Darius Rucker. Now I don't think I'm remembering. I think his name is Darius Rucker. I think that's his name. Okay? But, so he's singing this song. And it's hilarious because it really sounds great. But it's about a fucking chicken sandwich. Right? And it just stands out to me because it was one of the most ridiculous ads I've ever seen. It really did have like a river of ranch dressing and cheese flying in the sky and stuff. And so it's always, and I tried the sandwich and it was pretty good. You know, usually when you go to a fast food place, they don't do a thick cut piece of cheddar on your sandwich, right? They don't usually do some of that stuff. And I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good sandwich. They discontinued it within like 4 or 5 months. It was gone. Even though they did this giant ad campaign, you know, they got rid of it anyway. They do. That's what I mean. Like, this is infamous. Burger King is so infamous for doing this. Oh, our new chicken sandwich. Come check it out. Oh, I'll go check it out. And if you like it, they get rid of it anyway. You know? So it's like, don't, whenever you go to Burger King, don't ever fall in love with anything they do. Because unless you're eating the Whopper, the one staple sandwich that they keep forever, you will not have it for long. They're going to get rid of it. There you go.
Yeah, don't fall in love with the McRib, because they're going to get rid of it, man. So don't do it. Like, what is he even talking about?
Right? That's why there's entire channels who do this and slander or defame. There's entire groups who talk about this shit. This is why big YouTubers reference me in a negative light, because they just see those dumb memes that these idiots believe. And this is the level of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the level of intelligence of these people. Like, man, it's sad. It's a sad thing. It's not even like, at one point back in the day, whenever people did stuff like this, I would get angry. I would. I'd be like, wow, what a jerk. You know, what, you know. Now it's just like, I'm sad. I'm sad for humanity that there's so many people out there that are that dumb. And they just go along with it. I'm a cow. I just stand here and I chew my cud all day. And whatever I'm told to do, I do. And it's a group mentality. Oh, the cows are moving over there. Go with them. Go with the herd, right? It's like, damn. We were just talking at the very beginning of this podcast. There's some people who go through the holidays in a haze, right? They don't really focus on anything because they're so busy with so much going on. Next thing you know, it's January. The holidays are over. You didn't even enjoy them. How many people go through life like that, right? They're just going through life in a haze. Oh, there was this fucking meme.
Phil, when do you even see your family, dude? Like, dude, bro, he literally ruined his whole family. His whole family hates him. All his cousins. Talking about how the holidays are so great. You don't want to miss them.
This viral thing I saw online, I just believed it, and I just went through going in a haze through it. No analytical thought, nothing of any intelligence there. And the next thing you know, you wasted 5 years of your fucking life on the internet doing dumb shit. It's like, I can't imagine.
Doesn't that sound like somebody you know? Audio? Which audio? The my audio or the Phil?
Intelligence there. And the next thing you know, you wasted 5 years of your fucking life on the internet doing dumb shit. It's like, I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. It's sad, man. How people go through life sometimes. It just is. You know, you look at things like, how do people, when the people are driving on the road, how are they so stupid to pick up their phone and start texting, right? Don't they understand how dangerous that is? No.
Okay, hold on.
That are that dumb, and they just go along with it. They just, I'm a cow.
How's that? Any better?
Whatever I'm told to do, I do, and it's a group mentality. Oh, the cows are moving over there. Go with them. Go with the herd, right? It's like, damn. We were just talking at the very beginning of this podcast. There's some people who go through the holidays in a haze, right? They don't really focus on anything because they're so busy with so much going on. Next thing you know, it's January. The holidays are over. You didn't even enjoy them. How many people go through life like that, right? They're just going through life in a haze. Oh, there was this fucking meme, this viral thing I saw online. I just believed it, and I just went through going in a haze through it. No analytical thought, nothing of any intelligence there. And the next thing you know, you wasted 5 years of your fucking life on the internet doing dumb shit. It's like, I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. It's sad, man.
Oh, it was you. It was you the whole time.
It just is. You know, you look at things like, how do people, when the people are driving on the road, how are they so stupid to pick up their phone and start texting, right? Don't they understand how dangerous that is? No, because they act like they have no conscious thought. They just go through life going through the motions. They're not thinking, man, the moment that I pick this phone up when I'm driving my car, I could crash and kill myself. I could kill my whole family who's in the car. I could kill a bunch of people out on the road because I'm just an irresponsible idiot. That's how a lot of people go through life. I have to believe that that's how a lot of these people on the internet are. They just go right into these weird memes of thinking and just... So this guy types me a giant email, and reading the entirety of the email, The only thing of value is a laugh because you realize how ironic it is that someone's so dumb. They don't realize that the moment they started writing me that email, they already disproved their own point. Consciousness, again, they're just going through life. They have no self-consciousness to understand that. It's just like, there's nothing up there, you know? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a connection.
This actually happened a few days ago, but I kept forgetting to talk about it. So I just wanted to bring it up today because I got a good laugh out of it. And it's just like, you have to understand, that's what I'm...
There's a connection problem right now. Just give it a second. Hold on. It's coming back.
I'm up against. It's not like, oh, Phil is up against a very intelligent group of people who
should
have
be
so
good right
many
now.
valid things to say in life. It's no, Phil is against a mob of dunces, a mob of brainless twits, and they just fucking do whatever and say whatever they want because they can get away with it on the internet, and it's become this mob of dunces. But the problem is, so many dunces out there say the same thing. Now people who are outside of that situation who aren't dunces think that it might be real because also it's so popularly said, right? So, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I know it's irrelevant to anything we were talking about today, but I felt like if I didn't talk about it because I just remembered, I'll probably never talk about it. I'm going to forget about it. I thought that it would be entertaining to talk about this stupid email like that. Rodum Electric did a super chat. He says, Trump is the best Muppet in the USA. Cheers. That's a purely political statement, it sounds like to me. I guess. I don't know what that has to do with the stream at all.
Politics.
I seriously have no clue. But thank you for the super chat.
It's politics, Phil.
I'm not going to say anything about what you said because I'm not a political guy and I don't want to have people start fighting on my streams. So there you go. All right. Over 100,000 reviews on Steam. No way, it's a cult classic. Dude, who in mainstream has talked about Vampire Survivor? When did it even come out? When has it even been a discussion of best games of the year? I literally heard nothing about this game until people complained yesterday on Twitter about it. That was the first time I even understood it existed. I don't care how many fucking reviews were on Steam. Who gives a shit? You don't know if it removes your question or not if you lose your membership. You are giving YouTube way too much credit. You actually think that YouTube is intelligent enough to tell actively if you're a member at any time and remove a post if you're not? Absolutely not. There's no intelligence there to do that. It's a very simple little coding. Oh, it's like a forum post. There's nothing special to it. Don't worry. You post up, you're good to go. Thoughts on the latest boogie controversy? There's another boogie controversy. I mean, Jesus, man.
Oh, there's a chick outside screaming that she's gonna kill this guy and his bitch. Fuck.
I received a $1 tip.
She said, "You're dead. You're dead to me now, bro." He probably cheated on her. Fuck.
Oh my God, here we go again.
Yo, can you hear that? Yo, can you hear
You're absolutely right. Someone tipped $1 to talk about the tractor shit. You're absolutely right. I'm not going to address. He literally says in the tip, I know you're not going to address this. You're right. I already said I'm not going to. I already said that's a waste of everyone's time. So thanks for wasting everyone's time. Or actually, you just wasted your own time because I'm not wasting everyone's time on you. Okay, then. But outside of that, no, I don't have the resources to buy a bunch of games, try them once for an hour, and say, oh, this didn't work out. Well, guess what? Now I just wasted all that money on a game that I'm never going to play again, right? That's why this year, if you didn't notice, this year I was very selective with new releases. And it's funny because a lot of people this year criticized me and said that I didn't play enough new releases, which is hilarious because we were just talking about maybe I should skip releases. Well, I did. I skipped a ton this year. You realize that, right? I have to be a lot more careful with a lot of that stuff. because I just can't. I don't have that money to risk or drop and then not get anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much what I buy game wise has to be something that's an investment that I'm going to get something out of, not, oh, I'm trying it and it sucks and I don't play it again. You see? Just like we said, we were talking about this in September. We were looking up stuff to do for the fall. And locally, there's like a farm that what they do is they have, you can pick your own pumpkin from their pumpkin patch. They have a whole corn maze. They have all kinds of fall things they sell, a marketplace. They actually have like a barnyard petting zoo area where you can visit animals and pet them and interact with them. So basically like a kind of like a family fun day thing. And we were like, we absolutely want to do that. Let's do it. Okay. And then what ended up happening? Well, we didn't know what her work schedule was going to be for October. The weather was kind of weird in October. And by the time that we would have had time to do it, that week that we were free, we had a million other things to do. That was the week that I had to go do all stuff for Halloween. Get Halloween decorations, my Halloween costume piece, you know. So we were already too busy.
It's going
like,
down outside right now.
That's life, man.
I don't know.
That's what happens. You get so when you only have one day off a week.
Serious domestic issues.
All right. And you have limited, you know, funds and things, you know, it would be one thing if like everything was unlimited. It's not a big deal. It's not, you know, it is. Every week when I have my day off, I have to carefully.
Your money is unlimited, Phil.
And the time
all you have to do is ask your dents for money. That's it. It's unlimited funds.
And those limitations, you know, it sucks sometimes. That's life. What are you gonna do? But, you know, we'll get. You know, hopefully we'll do some. The thing is, we will have a good time like Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna cook a nice meal together. We're gonna have a relaxing night together. You know, Christmas. We always have a good day. Christmas Day. We have a great day. Christmas Day, relaxing and doing holiday stuff. So it's gonna be. We have nice days together that aren't stressful, for sure. It's just, you got to make the best with the time you really have, right? Because, you know, you fit you in a ditty bag, an itty bitty ditty bag. All right? Because here's why. I know that I have around 5,000 people on this planet who like me and like the content I put out. And I know that those people support me. They like the content. What it is now is, it used to be back in the day, you make content, you throw it out on the internet, and you hope that the masses will devour it. And if they devour it, you make money, right? That's not what it is anymore. Now, you make content, curated content, for a specific audience who already likes what you're doing, and then they support that effort to continue keep it going. You see what I'm saying? If I were a common YouTuber just trying to appeal to the masses, I would make content and then there'd be ad placements, there'd be all kinds of sponsorships, there'd be this and that. I'd be trying to diversify the content. If you haven't noticed, I don't do that. It's because I'm very different from all those other guys and gals out there. I'm not trying to make it big. I'm not aspiring to be any bigger or more popular than I am. I don't think I ever will be at this point. I'm just being real with you now. I don't think so. I don't think this channel will ever see any kind of crazy exponential growth or go viral ever again. I think what we'll see is every once in a while, some slow growth. Okay? And That's good. And then every once in a while, you got people who come by and support the content in big ways. And that's good. And that's enough. That's enough for me. You understand? So I'm happy with that. So, yeah, maybe people are right when they say things like, you don't need to cover all the new releases and stuff anymore, right? Just pick and choose the kind of stuff that you want to do, and your followers will enjoy it. And maybe every once in a while, poll your followers and viewers and see what they want, and maybe you choose that way too, right? And I hear you. Maybe that does make sense. Maybe I am playing too many games. Maybe next week I shouldn't play Evil West, right? Maybe we skip Evil West and we do Pokemon next week. We could do that if that's what you really want, because it seems like people actually are genuinely upset I'm not playing Pokemon on Friday. If you guys just want me to say forget Evil West, skip it, and instead start up Pokemon, and then we'll be doing God of War, Pokemon, Sonic Frontiers with Modern Warfare 2 at nights, I'd be okay with that. Okay? But let's see what happens. What I need to do is gauge what you guys are saying and judge that way. If that's really what you want, I'm down for that. Because it seems like a lot of people are screaming for me now to do Pokemon, and they're upset that I'm not doing it right away. And if that's the case, we could do a swap. And I'm okay with that. But please understand that I'm doing my best to try to balance everything. And it's very difficult. Because ultimately, no matter what I do, there will be disappointed fans. You know that, right? Like, no matter what I play, there's going to be people who are like, man, he didn't play the game that I was looking for. And it's like, I'm sorry about that. I am. I wish, again, this time of the year, I say this every year.
Oh, my bad.
I wish I could
have to fix
myself.
my monitor. It's too
I wish
bright.
that there were two Phils, and one Phil could sit here and play the big hype releases. So one Phil would be sitting here playing God of War Ragnarok and Modern Warfare 2. And then the other Phil would play the games that are more...
We don't need more than one Phil.
Sonic Frontiers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could, but I'm only one man. Cloning hasn't been invented yet. Yet. Maybe one day we'll have a clone of Phil to do that work. We'll see. That is true. Legolas says then you need a third clone, so that clone could actually spend time with your family. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because that's the other thing. I'm here. You guys may not realize it. I'm here 6 days a week full time. 6 days a week. I have 1 day off a week to spend with my wife, which half the day is usually errands. Like this Wednesday. This Wednesday, we are going to be literally driving around all day long. Appointment to appointment, grocery shopping, doing this, doing that, then come home all exhausted. That's our day off. That's supposed to be our day together. Right? Wow. That's my life. So it is what it is. So let's see what happens. And if this is the case, if this is the conversation we're having, and if you guys feel that Pokemon makes more sense than Evil West, then we could do that. Maybe that's what we'll do next week instead. All right? But I definitely want to tell you, we need to beat The Devil in Me first, and we got to finish Gotham Knights. Let's finish both of those up, so that way I'm only juggling Sonic Frontiers and God of War, and then maybe we'll start up with Pokemon this week. Fair enough? Now, all right, we'll do the marathon. We'll start it up, and then at some point we'll say, okay, guys, it's time for the extended break, and I'm sorry I have to take this extended break, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drive my wife to work, and then on the way home from work, that was absolutely disgusting. I'm really sorry, everybody. I just stopped myself in my own tracks. I'm really apologetic. That was gross. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's try that again. I will, at some point during the marathon, take an extended break to bring my wife to work. But then on the way back, all right, I will stop and get something to eat. But I don't know what, because we haven't looked into it yet, right? What we need to do, what perfect day would it be to do an episode of DSP Tries It eating shitty commercialized fast food than Black Friday? There's no better day of the year to do it. That's the whole point, right? So, if you guys could basically look into what kind of fast food stuff is going on right now. Are there any special promotions? Are there any new products out there you would like to see me try for DSP Tries It? And what I will do is on the way home from bringing my wife to work, I'll stop and grab some food, and then we will do a live DSP Tries It of shitty fast food here during that Adpocalypse Marathon event, and then we'll continue on with the marathon. Now, I don't know if I'll have to take another break during the marathon to pick up my wife or not. I have no idea what her work schedule is that day. I don't know if they're having her work a short shift, a long shift. Her work is all over the fucking place. Nobody knows, okay? So I guess we'll see. We'll find out soon. And when I know, I'll let you know. But I just wanted to prepare you, because whenever I take a break during a stream, people freak out. All right? The Ghost Whopper, I've heard it's terrible. That stupid Ghost Pepper Whopper at Burger King. Everyone's like, this is fucking shit. Everything at Burger King is shit. I hate to say it. There's one good thing at Burger King. The Whopper. The classic Whopper. Everything else is garbage now. Everything's gone downhill. Even their product, they claim there's a seasonal product. It's all garbage. You know? Ugh. Anyway. So, I need your help. If you guys could look into it and see what's available this week moving forward. Next week on Black Friday, I'm going to try to get some fast food on the way home. By the way, so I should probably throw out some ideas of things that I could get. So here's what's on the way and back. I'm trying to think all the things on the way. Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, Subway, Dairy Queen, Taco Bell, Jersey Mike's, which is good. Jersey Mike's is really good, but I don't think they have anything special. But if you guys want me to try Jersey Mike's sandwich, Baja Fresh, Jack in the Box, Five Guys, Habit Burger. What else is there? I'm trying to categorize.
Bro, Jersey Mike's.
Taco Time.
I was gonna make a whole Jersey Mike's ad.
I've only eaten there once ever. I don't think I've ever eaten there for DSP Tries It.
You'll see. You'll see.
A lot. There's a lot of fast food along the way, basically. Okay? And so I think there'd be some good options. Maybe options for me to do stuff that I usually don't do. All right? So look out there. Think about it. Over the next week, we'll be talking about this. What is it you'd like to see me get on Black Friday for food for a live DSP Tries It? And we'll do it then. It'll be cool. It'll be something different. You know what's funny? I'm wearing my tie-dye Sonic shirt. It matches the Retro Ads logo. It really does. All right. And by the way, please keep submitting ads for that special event. How can you do that? Type !adpocalypse into the stream chat, or there is a community post right here on the page that you can post up. Excuse me. And please, you know, it's great. People have already nominated a ton, but the more nominations I get, the better. The criteria, number one, the advertisements or PSAs have to already be on YouTube to be viewable and added to a playlist. Number two, they cannot be from the latter half of the 2000s or more recent. They have to be basically like old-ass ads, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, first half of the 2000s. Old ads. Yes, domestic and international ads are available. However, no movie trailers and nothing like that, because sadly, when you're taking actual big clips of movies and stuff, they could have copyright issues. Okay? There you go. If we hit $100 in tips support on this stream, I will wear the Sonic hat. All right? I'm only offering this during the Sonic Frontiers playthrough. It's the only time I'm wearing this damn hat because it's very uncomfortable and it falls off my head. But you guys demanded it, so I'm allowing it. However, I got something to say about that. On the first Sonic Frontiers stream, we hit that goal early, and I wore this pretty much the entire stream. It was very funny. The last Sonic Frontiers stream, all right, we hit the goal like last minute. So I put on the hat, but not for very long. It was very short-lived. And a lot of people were disappointed at that. I'm sorry, I can't really control it. The whole point, the whole incentive of this ridiculous hat is to try to get some support on my streams. Keep in mind, I don't run advertisements, right? I mean, what ads YouTube runs, they run by themselves. I don't even do that. I don't monetize my audience like that constantly during live streams like a lot of other streamers do.
You just monetize them every other way, dude. There's no paid
product placements during my streams, right? None of the stuff that other YouTubers are doing. You just monetize them every other way. I've kept that off of my content, all right, in an effort to say I'm all about the content, not about the money, all right? But you have to understand that goes hand in hand. There has to be some incentive then to support the streams. If people want to see the silly hat, I'm going to make it a goal. You know, raise the $100 of tips today and see the silly hat, okay? So please understand that's why we do it that way, all right? Now, it would make sense if we're going to hit this goal, if you were thinking of supporting today's stream via tipping, to do it as soon as possible so we can actually have the Sonic hat for the extended length of the stream. It's kind of silly to hit it last 5 minutes and I toss it on and now it's done and no one got to see it. I'm just throwing that out there because that's exactly what happened last time and people were very disappointed, but I can't really control that. You know what I mean? Okay. And by the way, oh, excuse me. As you know, in the last 2 weeks, I've basically stopped it with the bullshit. I've cut out the whole e-begging bullshit. Everyone was calling me out on it. I was like, you know what? People are right. They're absolutely right. Enough is enough. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say, oh, it's a slow day and blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to shut up about it. I'm going to mention the goals, let you know what the rewards are, shout out people who do contribute, and that's it. I actually got tired of myself. I got tired of my fucking self doing it. I literally started watching back my own content. I was like, I can't take this anymore. I look like an asshole. I am an asshole. But you know what it is? It's the pressure. It's the fucking pressure of this is my business. This is how it operates. I don't have those opportunities like other YouTubers. I don't have product placements. Again, I don't have that advertisement aspect to it. I have no supplementary income besides what I'm making on these streams. So this is actually a big deal to me. You know what I mean? And the pressure got to me for a while there. I was being an asshole. So I'm not going to do that anymore, all right? Maybe every once in a while I'll mention that this is a goal today, but I'm not going to keep talking about hitting goals and shit like that, all right? Fair enough?
Cut it out with the e-begging bullshit.
So that is eligible today to be worn if we hit the goal.
Just cut it out. Oh, I'm gonna miss that. I honestly don't think he even lasted like a day.
Because you'll have more people become paid members of the channel. So I make a few more bucks, and people are insanely disgusting and toxic. No, you don't enable bad behavior just to make some money. No, I'm not going to put out that shit. I'm just not. I appreciate your suggestion. You're looking out for my best interests. I get that. You're basically saying, hey, Phil, it would be great if maybe you could get some more members on your channel. People would definitely become members to see this kind of toxic content. I don't care. I don't want to have toxic content in gaming. That's not what I do. They want to do that content, they could go do it on their own restreams. They could do it in their own circle jerking channels out there. They're, you know some of them, right? You guys have told me about some of the names of them. I couldn't believe someone came on my chat the other day and they said, someone's name is actually Duty. He makes a content, his name is Duty. His name is actually Duty on YouTube. Okay, at least you're properly descriptive of yourself. I really thought people were fucking with me. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh my God, the guy's actually Duty. Wow.
He's actually Duty.
That really shows the level of intelligence of these people, doesn't
He's
it?
actually Duty,
He named himself
man.
after fecal matter. Good for you.
Bro, why?
Anyway, no, I'm not.
Why would Duty name?
Okay, let them do it. On their
Why
own
would he
shit.
name himself
Keep it
after
over
fecal
there.
matter,
Keep it off
Phil?
of ESP Gaming. Let's continue. All right, so Snow Carl is here. He's tipped me $1. He says, everyone loved your Elden Ring videos because you weren't pussyfooting around and challenged yourself. You think playing on easy is part of why no one watches God of War. No, because I'm not playing on easy. And if you ever say that shit again, which is blatant misrepresentation of the facts, I am going to treat you appropriately. All right? No, you don't get just to sit here because you tip me $1, make something up. I'm not playing on easy. I'm playing on the intended difficulty, the default difficulty the game developers put into the game. And if you have a problem with that, you can go watch someone else who cares about the size of their e-penis and wants to challenge themselves in their first run of the game. Personally, I know the game's so long. I want to be able to get through it in a reasonable amount of time. I don't want to be dying constantly and having this be a 4-month-long playthrough, because then everyone would just complain and say that it's too long and too lengthy and why did he do that? So I know what I'm doing. Cut the bullshit and stop making shit up, because you like to cater to fucking my detractors. I'm not stupid, Snow Carl. I know what you're doing. You do it every time pretty much now. You're always bringing this kind of toxic shit up, and I don't appreciate it. Okay. Then he did another $1. He says, suggestions on what games to play. I think you should refrain from playing games like Sonic or a princess game. Sonic or a princess game that might have 1 to 2 guys supporting it. It harms viewership. If the streams only have 150 people tuning in, no one talk. All right, I'm just going to ignore him from now on. The princess game. Okay. All right, Snow Carl. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for the $2 in nonsense, and I'm not even answering your dumb shit. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, dude, fucking, you gotta... The sad fact is, Snow Carl has a very intelligent brain in his head. He just chooses not to use it. He just, he'd rather pretend like it's funny to joke about the things I do on the streams, to bite into detractor memes and shit. He thinks I'm dumb. Like, how dumb do you think I really am? Do you not think that I know that you're watching their content, that you're probably in one of their streams right now talking with them, and you probably brainstorm about little things to ask me with your little dollar tips? Like, how dumb do you think I am? Really? And it's not like...
Yeah, like, we're, like, all in a fucking Discord They're all just sharing little plots and ideas against Phil, dude.
Like we haven't talked about this before. You're just goddamn, dude. At this point, I'm just not going to pay attention to you anymore. I'm just going to say thanks for the $1 tip and never read your message ever again because you're an idiot. Or at least you act like one on my streams to get attention. So I've had enough of your nonsense. Okay. Because I have to disagree. What have we been saying recently? All right? When I hit 40 years old this year in April, we started having a conversation, right? We did. And what was that conversation about? The conversation was that as I get older, all right, I'm going to have to change up who I am on the internet and the content that I put out, right? We had this discussion that eventually I'm not going to be able to play as many video games. I'm going to get older. My hand-eye coordination is going to start to go. I'm going to start to get carpal tunnel. I can already tell you I'm getting it in my right hand. I felt it this year. Definitively, there were times when my right hand had pain and stiffness and really was not feeling good. All right?
Why do you pass up the car? The hell?
The older I get, the worse this is going to get. Right? We know
Take that shit.
Okay? So what do we talk about? We talked about diversifying.
Bro, the car would get you to that guy in 2 seconds and you could murk him.
By doing more things that are not gameplay related, right?
You're gonna die instead.
Maybe branching out my content to talk about other topics. We even said eventually as I get older, maybe we will talk about things like politics and stuff like that. Maybe we'll talk about current events. We talked about that, right? And then one of the things that I definitely started doing this year that was very different, right? Was the React content. That you guys liked me starting to react to things, whether it was someone else's documentary or video, whether it was, live events, whatever it was, you liked the React stuff. And we did a wide variety of React stuff this year. I reacted to horror-themed content on the Rob Gavigan channel, multiple documentaries about other content creators like Wings of Redemption or Keemstar, but then also documentaries about me, right? And giving you my take on things about me. Hell, the John Rambo Howard React video. Holy shit, right? That was pretty groundbreaking, what I did. So you know what I'm saying? But what's funny is everything we talked about earlier this year makes sense. But then there's people who, they're still stuck in a mindset that it's 2010, and they're
Was
like,
it groundbreaking?
Phil, you should just stop doing the podcast, or you should really have a very short podcast and just get right into gameplay. It's like, you've completely missed the point. Really, you had. You've completely missed the point of everything we were saying this year, that this year I needed to make a concerted effort, all right, to not just focus on gameplay. There has to be a change on this channel that I'm not just doing gameplay, because that has to change over time. I'm going to get older. People are not going to care as much about the gameplay anymore. I'm not going to be able to do as much gameplay anymore. I'm going to want to branch out and do other topics and other things. So that's what I'm trying to do. When I do the podcast every day, if you haven't noticed, it's not just me talking to myself. We're talking about topics. We're going back and forth. I'm responding directly to things that you guys are saying, right? People are telling me the podcast has its own following now. It's not just, it's Phil killing time on a pre-stream before he plays games. It's Phil's podcast is its own show that we follow. And a lot of people have even told me, we just watch the podcast. We don't even come for the gameplay anymore. We don't care about that. That's a good thing. All right? So how are you then going to tell me shorten the podcast or do less podcasting? That was what we said we were going to do earlier to change things this year. And this, I'll be honest with you, is very frustrating to me because I listen to what people tell me correctly. And I hear everything in my head. I say, okay,
that's around the time that Snowcrawl stopped.
You're not going to be as good at games. The gameplay on YouTube isn't even as popular anymore.
Snowcrawl stopped coming around.
Do different kinds of discussion content. Do React content. I do it all. Phil, you're doing it wrong. Your podcasts are too long and you need to play more games. It's like, what the fuck did that come from? What are you talking about? No, that's not good feedback. It's just not. Saying, well, we directly told you at one point to do all of this, so you did it. Oh, that's wrong. Go back to how you were doing it. That's not good input. It's just not. I need to have input that's going to be decisive and helpful and constructive. Not, we asked for all these changes, so you did them, and now go back. So Galacticate says have a set time to end the podcast so people can just be here for gameplay when they know exactly when to be here. But people do know when to be here. People know, in general, it's around between 12:30 and 12:45. That's when the gameplay starts every day. And they know to expect 3 hours of gameplay on the first stream and 2 hours on the late stream. That's bullshit. There's no one who's that dumb that doesn't know when the game starts. Who the fuck? I do it the same every day. Yes, every once in a while the podcast runs a little longer, by maybe 15, 20 minutes if we're on a hot topic. Who is so dumb? I'm sorry, I just don't think my viewership's that dumb. Oh, I have absolutely no clue when Phil starts playing games, despite the fact it's literally the same time every day. I have no way to know. Someone guide me and hold my hand. No, I don't think that people are that dumb. I'm sorry, I just don't. That sounds dumb. That does not sound valid to me. You know? All right. Anyway, I will welcome input. All right? I will welcome this kind of stuff. Let's keep the discussion going, but it's staying in line with what you guys are saying. It's 12:13 p.m. Pacific time, and if we keep talking, we won't get to gameplay on time. And then there'll be people who are so confused, they won't know where am I? Where's the gameplay? I thought there was God. Where's the God of War? Oh my God, I'm so confused. What's happening here? I don't know when Phil plays games. So we don't want that to happen. So I have to move on. We can't even keep talking about the topic because I'm being forced by the viewers to move on. You see what the point I'm making here? You see how silly this is? You see the point? The criticism I'm getting in the chat is your podcast is going too long, but now you guys want me to talk longer about that topic, which makes the podcast go longer.
All right. I'm gonna bounce. I gotta run a few errands. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And appreciate everybody that came by and said hello. Peace out, Drax.
Not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser. This one's for all my babies.
Yeah.
I'll beat a guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll beat a guy on life. I'll beat it for the thousands of children. I'll beat a guy on
Peace out, everybody.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll beat a guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stop streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll beat a guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll beat a guy on life. I'll beat it for the thousands of children. I'll beat a guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll beat a guy. I'll beat it thousands of children.
When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big up, Skeeter, and I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right?